think we're gonna get sound now, if I'm not mistaken. This has a mute button. I think I have it. I think that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I think it's good. Oh, yeah, you're good.
Yeah, I'm good, right? So we're gonna do this one more time. We're gonna do this one more time. We're gonna go live. We got the Minecraft stream going. And we have today the Walrus is being charged on the 72 volt charger. So I guess we could talk about that on the stream, how that works, why you would need it. We got the Walrus tracks or what? Should we just put those up? Should we have Nadine be the host today? Nadine. Alright, so it's probably just the team joining right now. But if any BatteryEvo moderators are in the chat, can you put that you're in the chat? I just want to see what kind of response we're getting. Who's in the chat from the BatteryEvo team? If you're joining and you're a user, you can ask a question. Remember, it's Prime Day, so we do have some sales going on. So if anybody needs to take advantage of getting a good deal, now is the time to do so. Because if you call in, you're gonna get the best price possible. So who's moderating? Who's in the BatteryEvo chat? Let me know. Say I'm here or present, or put an emoji. Nobody? Cool. No moderators in the chat. Alright, we got one moderator in the chat. Any other moderators in the chat? This is a good gauge for me to understand who's watching and who's not. It says there's 4. So who could that be? One of them's me, but I'm on the back end. Does that still count as me? If any of my moderators are in the chat, please let me know that you're in the chat. Put a little hand emoji or something. Go for it. Anybody's joining and you're a BatteryEvo moderator, if you're one of the reps, please write something in the chat. I need to see who's in here and who's not, so we can gauge it. I need to gauge who's in here. And then if anybody's here and you see those chats, those are going to be the reps that if you call in, they'll be able to help you out. They are a technical team, and they're going to be able to get you the custom discount codes available during the YouTube Live. Remember, it's only available during the YouTube Live. We started this a little bit earlier today, so if anybody decides they want to buy something, this is your time to get that best pricing. Otherwise, we're going to need to use the discount codes online, which is still I'm going to need to so no moderators in the chat, just Nick? It says there's people in here, but I don't know. Are they just shy? No, I need them to respond in the thing.
Audio good? Yeah, his audio is good.
Audio's good. So we got a few viewers in here. If you're just joining, this is going to be the BatteryEvo live for the day. We could talk about the Walrus, or we could talk about some golf cart batteries. If anybody needs any golf cart batteries, we do got the best prices on lithium golf cart batteries. So you can upgrade from lead acids, or maybe if you're looking to get more range, more power, this could be your chance to get an extra battery. So ask a question in the chat. So I want to know if I have any BatteryEvo moderators in the watching the live. Please comment in the chat. I need to see who's in here. I'm gonna take roll. We're gonna take roll right now. So who are my moderators? Please write in the chat. So no moderators in the chat. Trying to take roll. There's no moderators in the chat. Yeah, jump in. I need to know who my moderators are today.
Under substitute teacher grind.
Yeah, I have to be the substitute teacher today. I mean, are we gonna do our lecture on space and time today? We still have not gotten a chance to do our lecture on space and time. It's very important that we get it done today. All right. Agreed? So nobody's leaving until we have the lecture on space and time? Agreed. All right, good. So we can get philosophical on this live today, or we can talk about batteries. It's totally up to the chat. I just need to know. First, I need to know who my moderators are. We got Chris. He's moderating today. So that's one person. I should have at least 4 others. We have Nick and Chris. So I should have at least 2 more, I think, or at least 1 more. So if you're a moderator today, please write it in the chat. I need to see. I need to see. If you're just joining the live, go ahead and ask a question. We're going to be on live today for Prime Day sales. We can talk about golf cart batteries. And dude, I kind of feel like the guys are outside like of an event and they're trying to sell stuff. And they're kind of like, like hot dogs. I got hot dogs. If anybody wants some hot dogs, you know what I mean? Kind of feels like that. If you're just joining, all right. So if anybody's in the chat, they just came in, you've seen this before, or you haven't seen this before, this is our live. We're doing this so that people can ask questions about the products. We can talk about them. you can ask questions, and I can show you the unit. I have the unit here. As of right now, it is charging. It is charging using the 72-volt charger right now. So if anybody has any questions on how that works, we can talk about that. We're always talking about how the unit can be charged with solar or AC grid tied, but we haven't really shown it with the charger. So this could be a viable option if you you don't have your whole setup just yet. You could use one of these chargers to try to what's it called? Give it a charge. You could literally just plug it into the wall. So I don't know if anybody can see in the back. It's connected to the wall, so it's bringing in power from there. So again, if you're just joining, my moderators, I should have at least 2 more moderators in here. Who are my moderators for today? So if anybody's just joined the live chat, let's go ahead and ask a question. I should have moderators in the chat. I was trying to take roll, but my moderators are not responding. I don't know what's going on. Roll call's not working. We're gonna have to do popcorn reading if we can't get the moderators to show up in the chat. So if you're just joining and you're a user, ask a question and I'll be able to answer. I have the walrus right behind me, so I can show you exactly how to use it. If you are a commercial business and need power supplies, call in. We have reps on standby who can get you commercial power supplies. We got NY. Is NY a roll call or is that a user? User? Is it NY for New York or is it NY for something else?
It's 6699. That's what
I think that's.
It needs to say that HubSpot, so if I give him his extra discount, because he's looking at buying 20. Okay, so I want to show him what's listed online. He can figure out 40% in.
Anybody has a question about the units here? Remember, I have it right behind me. Right here.
What the sale price is, it doesn't look like
I have it right here charging.
We're supposed to do the discount. Or you guys exchange. Oh, I don't
Using the 72-volt charger. I mean, I guess what I could do is I could put the walrus tracks, right? Is that yeah? If we're not gonna have the moderators in the chat and the users don't want to ask questions, we're just gonna have to have an internal debate here. So
Nick, I made a video. We used the building machine, 220 volts, and 1 minute. You want me to pass on the video and see if you can?
So let's see if anybody has any questions. We're playing the golf cart videos in the background today to see if anybody wanted some golf cart batteries. But remember, those aren't just golf cart batteries. You can use them for just about anything. They're batteries. So as long as we have batteries, as long as you need batteries, we have lithium batteries. So ask a question in the chat. Let us know. Otherwise, I think I could just start playing the Walrus tracks. I mean, everybody usually just listens to that. Nobody has any questions. But the live is going to be available for anybody who is interested in buying some type of batteries from us. They can call in right now, and they're going to be able to get an extra deal just because they called in during the live chat.
But I need to make sure it's tested first. If it works, then I can do it.
So make sure to call in. They forgot our name. So we're BatteryEvo, right? So if you're looking to buy, what were you looking to get? What are you looking at, the Walrus units for their home power, or are you looking for what kind of batteries you're looking for? Golf cart batteries, RV, home power? I can answer you the question. We have the units here. We can show them to you, and we can get you a good deal if you call in during the live. So we got the technical reps on standby. You just put me on blast in the chat. So please, there are custom reviews on the Walrus. If you go to the page, you scroll down. We also have a bunch of reviews on Google. But I mean, what are you looking to find out about the Walrus? I mean, we sold maybe, how many Walruses have we sold? A lot, huh? Over hundreds now.
100, we're talking about 250 we sold already.
Yeah, we've sold hundreds of Walruses at this point in time now. If you have a Walrus and you're joining this and you could take pictures and leave a review, we can give you a small gift card for leaving a review, but you gotta leave a review and call in with your order number. So we've sold hundreds of Walruses at this point in time. Yesterday, NY, we had a couple people calling in and they went completely off grid with these, and they were chatting all about it yesterday. About how they're using the batteries to go basically fully off grid. That was yesterday's live, so today we're trying to see who can join in and has any questions. So if you're using a home power, how large is your home? What kind of appliances are you trying to back up? You can talk about how you can do your setup. Any questions, Mr. Serdar? Okay. So right now we have the Walrus unit right behind us, right? So that's going to be the best home power unit you can use. Dude, look, if you look at the camera, it kind of looks like the microphone is like on the Walrus. But let us know what your plan is, right? Are you trying to get backup? Are you trying to go off grid? Are you doing grid tied? What's your current setup? And then I can explain to you kind of how this could work for you best. And then if you're interested in buying it, you can call in right now and lock in your YouTube live pricing. Oh, you want to use it to charge your EV. So you can use this to charge your EV. So there's a couple things you want to consider here. So if you don't, this isn't a supercharger, right? And yes, you can use it to get some EV charge out of this using the ports on the side and get the straight out of the AC output, and you can get the battery pack out. But again, it's not a supercharger. So you can use this to basically top off your EV, get a couple of range. It's not a supercharger, but let's say you have a EV charger in your home and it's costing you money to run it. You could have that EV charger pulling the power instead of the grid. You could have it wired to like a sub panel, and then have that sub panel drawing the power out of the battery pack, so that your EV charger, the one that's designed for your car, instead of having it wired straight to your grid and possibly not working when the grid is out, or possibly you want to lower your electric bill because you're charging your EV, you could have it wired up to the sub panel and have the EV charger pull the power out of the battery pack versus trying to use it directly as an EV charger, right? So this unit is designed for the home, for power backup, and to lower your electric bills. So if you have an EV charger in your home, that's probably a better EV device. It's probably a better EV charging device. But you could still use the battery pack's power to offset some of that load, right? And then let's say, you know, the power's out, you could draw the battery pack's power out. So that's going to be the key here. So the key here is that you can use this. We actually use these here in our facility. We have a bunch of walruses actually wired up in the facility, and then some of the people who work here have EVs or hybrids. They'll plug right into the wall here, and then the power is being drawn out of the battery pack. So we have solar panels on the roof here, and then they're basically off-grid panels. So we get DC solar energy going straight into the power packs, and then every single day people are using it to charge their EVs or hybrids here at the facility. So it can be used. It just depends on how you do your wiring at home. NY, where are you located? Where's your, I mean, I would think NY is New York, but I don't know. I could be just assuming here. But where are you located? And then maybe we could talk about maybe your utility rates in your area, maybe what kind of advantages you have based on the utility company that you have. SF, San Francisco? So who's the utility company in San Francisco? Is that PG&E? I think it might be PG&E in San Francisco. I'm in SF. So I would think that's San Francisco. Is there another SF? San Fernando? Are you in San Fernando? Or are you in the Valley? If you're in the Valley, you gotta pull up. We have the facility here in Chatsworth. So SF, I would think it's San Francisco. I don't know. Right? This live is going out to everybody in the United States. So I'm not sure where in SF you could be. So it says that San Francisco, if it is San Francisco has San Francisco Public Utilities Commission, San Francisco Water and Power. San Fernando Bay Area. Okay, yeah. So I'm looking at it here. Is your utility company the San Francisco Water and Power? Is that who you're using, or is there? I mean, I would think it's them, but sometimes it could be. I'm looking on their website. I don't really see any information. I'm trying to find out like what San Francisco. Because sometimes it'll kind of give me like what kind of. Oh no, it is PG&E. PG&E serves also. There's a couple different ones. What utility company are you using? If you're using PG&E, let's see what they have. Sometimes they have like time of use rates, or they'll have like, oh yeah, they got rebates and incentives. They're not really trying to tell me much here. It'll usually say like what services they're offering. So they're doing. So PG&E has a pre-owned EV rebate program, residential charging solutions rebate. So you could get a $700 rebate on EV charging equipment installed in your home, if it's PG&E. Yeah, PG&E is your provider. Okay, cool. So you got a pre-owned EV rebate program. You can get up to $4,000 back on a used EV. That's not bad. How much is an average used EV going for right now? Like look up like a used Tesla. 4,000 back? That's pretty good. And then you got eligible households can get a $700 rebate on EV charging equipment. You could also do generator and battery rebate programs. So PG&E does support add a portable backup power system to your home and apply for a $300 rebate. And I think that would be additional on top of the 30% federal tax incentive. They got clean energy incentives, business rebate and incentives, but they're not telling me about their sometimes they tell me about the utilities that they're, how much are they charging? What's the pricing on this? Usually SC and E will tell you let me see if I could find it for you. I'd like to find out for myself. PG&E. Utility rates. Okay, let's see if I can get something here. Oh, so it does seem like they got tiered rate plans, time of use rates, EV rate plans. So their best ones are the residential rate plans. Yeah, so they got TOU. Okay, yeah, they got time of use settings, and then they got peak pricing between 4 and 9 p.m. So that is pretty common in California. So SC and E, and I think San Diego Utility does the same thing, where they got the TOU. So your peak pricing is from 4 to 9 p.m. every single day. So which means is that when you get home, and that's probably when you're gonna start charging your EV, when you get home at that time, right, from work. So you're gonna plug in your EV, that's exactly when they're gonna start charging you more money for the electricity that you're using, right? And California has this, other states it's a little bit different, but I know for sure that's what they're doing. That's on weekdays. And so the unit here has time of use settings, the Walrus. So imagine you have your EV charging equipment, and then you come home and you're ready to plug in your EV, but that's exactly when your peak rates are. So that's exactly when they're gonna charge you more money. So imagine you set the Walrus up to have the time of use setting. So from 4 to 9 p.m., your grid will be basically not turned off, but you won't be pulling from the grid. You'll be pulling straight out of the battery pack. And so instead of paying the peak rates for PG&E, you could basically just pull the power that you collected throughout the day, right? Whether it's with your grid or with solar panels. So if you collect it from the grid, you're charging at the lowest rates possible. And then during that peak rate time, you program the Walrus to discharge during that peak time every single day. So you could effectively never pay the peak rates ever again, right? So that's why it's important to tell us where you're located, what your goals are, so that we could try to find out what's the best solution for you. So PG&E, time of use rates is probably gonna be the best solution for you. You're in the Bay Area. I don't know what the regulations there are on off-grid solar panels. I would hope that it's not too strict. Maybe if you live right in the city, it could probably be more strict. But a lot of people are buying a couple of DC solar panels, so they could basically do off-grid setups, and then you could avoid paying the high expensive utility rates. Wow. Okay. So you're 2003, 2024. Damn, Chris wants the expensive one though. Talking about a 2019, trying to save money. But it's generally priced between 24 and 28. So they would give you another rebate, $4,000 off. So if you get the 20, so you basically can get a $4,000 rebate for using PG&E. You can get a $20,000 Tesla basically, and then they're still going to give you another rebate for installing the EV equipment, and then you're going to get another rebate for installing a battery pack, and then you still get another 30% tax incentive for getting a battery pack, and I think there's another tax incentive for getting the EV. So look, they're currently using the Tesla NEMA adapter to plug into my dryer plug. So that's kind of the same plug that this has on the side. And I get about 20, yeah, that's basically the same thing you'd be doing if you plug this into this. So it's the same type of plug, the dryer plug. It's a 220 volts. You plug into the side, right? Not to the front, Serdar? If you're charging your EV, they're already using the NEMA port. The same dryer plug.
But from the side can be more faster.
Yeah, so the side port is gonna get you a quicker charge. It's not gonna be a lot quicker, but it's gonna be quicker than using the front. But that's basically what you're using. If you're using that same dryer plug, this is the same type of NEMA plug, right? So this is your AC output. So this is where you're gonna draw the battery pack's power out.
You can set the output current, which is
Higher?
the speed,
Oh, okay.
the maximum to 50.
50 amps? Okay.
And here, maximum is 30.
Okay, so the front's gonna get you a maximum 30 amp output, whereas the side AC output will get you a max 50 amp output that you could set up on the main display, and that's gonna help you get a little bit faster charging. Again, these things aren't superchargers, so don't expect it to supercharge, but if you're already getting 25 to 30 miles, that's about the same thing here, right? So, I mean, like we said, PG&E, I didn't even know they had all those rebates, but those look like some pretty good rebates to me, in terms of, you know, you're gonna get EV car incentives, EV charging equipment incentives, battery incentives, and then you're still going to get federal tax incentives on top of that. So you could definitely use this to lower your electricity bill if you're charging that Tesla.
And then I moved all the way in and it shows that that's the one.
So if you're just joining now, we can go ahead and ask a question in the chat. We're talking right now with NY about PG&E utility in the San Francisco Bay Area. We're talking about the different types of incentives PG&E is offering and how you could use this as an EV charger. So if you have a question about what you're trying to do with your power, your power pack, let us know and we're going to be able to talk to you. NY, if you are still interested in getting this thing, I suggest you call the number right now because we got the YouTube Live going. So during the YouTube Live, you can lock in special pricing. It's custom order, so there's not an extra discount code I can give you. There's already a discount code online, but they're going to be able to get you a better discount if you call right now. So NY says, I think PG&E 4000 is for low-income customers and use EV, but I might be wrong. I'm not even sure. I don't even know. What would qualify as a low-income customer in the Bay Area? I'm not even sure. Let me see if I don't even know if it says anything here. So let's see. Pre-owned. Learn more about the program. Maybe it's true. I don't know. Yeah, you're right. Income qualified applicants may receive, but eligible applicants can receive $1,000 for purchase of lease or pre-owned vehicle. And then I think it says income qualified applicants get the $4,000. You're right. So you're right. Customers who qualify for the Rebate Plus option are automatically approved for $700. Man, they're just trying to be sneaky with the clickbait, huh? I was ready to go get an EV. I was about to go get one right now, go to San Francisco, and be like, give me my 4Gs. Oh yeah, so he found it. Good job, Chris. So where are my other moderators? Do I have more BatteryEvo moderators in here, or is it just Chris? Jesse, are you in the chat? Please let me know if you're in the chat. I tried taking roll call earlier. And everybody just basically blew me off. He just said, all right, I'm going to put the walrus tracks in the meantime, unless anybody has any questions. So we're going to go back to the walrus tracks. Let's do that. Let's do that. I don't think I got through all of these yesterday. This is new. Okay, so we definitely got moderators in the chat. So if anybody has any questions, go ahead and ask, and we'll be able to help you out. If you're interested in getting one of these, go ahead and call during the live so that we can get so you can get your discount, right? So the YouTube live is designed to be able to get you a little bit better deal, but you have to call in during the live chat, right? It's going to be available during the live chat. We have the reps available. So if you call the number on the screen, we have the technical reps who can answer any of the questions you have, and when you're ready to proceed, they can get you a discount code. We were talking earlier with NY about the EVs, how to charge them, PG&E. So if you're in a different location away from California, let us know where you're located. We can try to figure out what your utility companies are charging you, and how the Walrus could basically either help you save money. And if anybody here is calling in from Texas, if anybody's calling in from Texas, or you know anybody from Texas who's experiencing the hurricane and has no power, please call in. We need to get power out to people out there, because power outages can potentially be very dangerous, and food spoils, communications are out. So if you know anybody in Texas, or you're in Texas and that's what you're experiencing, please call in. You are the priority customer around the US right now because of what's going on. So the Walrus has been on the market for a little while now. We did a soft launch in 2023. Then we did a full launch like about early Feb or midway through February. Now we got the new units. We got the Walrus G2s and we got the Walrus Atlantics. We've sold hundreds of units up until this point. The batteries that we've been in the market for over 7 years now. It's just that the Walrus is a newer item because it's all in one. So it's new technology. What is the DOD from 20 to 80? What is that? DOD? DOD? Is that charging? Or is it something to do with... What is DOD? Oh, depth of discharge. Okay, so there you go. So somebody found it. Varies based on the unit. So the depth of discharge. So yeah, it's going to depend on how much energy you're drawing, right? So let's say you have a whole bunch of appliances. Obviously, it's going to deplete quicker. But if you have a more efficient system, like if you're connected to the grid or if you have some solar panels, it'll trickle charge in. So as you use it, it'll be trickle charging, right? So what kind of besides the EV charger, are you looking to use this for your home, back up the entire home, and possibly lower your appliances, or you just want to use this for your EV? If you have more technical questions, then why call in, and one of the reps will be able to answer your questions. They'll be able to rifle off all the technical questions you have, let you know how you can get it installed into your home the easiest way, and then you're gonna get a discount just for calling in during the live chats. So that's always an advantage about doing the live chat. That's always the advantage about jumping in on the live chat. So maybe you've gotten one of our messages saying, hey, we're on the live chat. It's because we're trying to offer discounts and we're trying to get directly to people who want and need these power supplies. So that's what this is for. Otherwise, you can follow us on our socials. We're constantly posting videos on there about how to use the unit, the advantages of using the unit. I don't know. We have Minecraft playing on the screen up there. If anybody wants me to change that, you can go ahead and ask me to. We got also the Walrus album playing. We got new tracks. So we just need you to call in. As long as you call in, we can be able to hook you up. Without calling in, there's not much I can do. This is new too. I haven't heard this before.
BatteryEvo, saving that money. Walrus is the one, and all in one ride. Solar power forward, keep it to electrify. Buy it once, live it up under the sun. Life's a breeze, oh baby, when the battery's got you sprung. With your solar, AC, cold and chilling, burning wide, feeling so thrilling. Future bright, energy's alright. BatteryEvo, keeping it tight through the night. Battery safari, battery safari,
Prime Day sales for?
Prime Day sales. probably run till today.
It's really until today. Somebody told one of my clients that it's till mid next week. Is that not accurate?
Mid next week?
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I don't know who told them that. But look, if anybody's there, tell them that we're on the YouTube Live. If they join the YouTube Live, they can get a discount.
Okay.
So we're on YouTube Live now. So if anybody calls in, you're gonna be able to get a deal. So call in, you're gonna be able to get a deal. I don't think the sale is gonna go mid next week. So if they want, they can lock in their pricing. But I don't think so. All right. So some of the batteries here are repurposed, but that doesn't mean that they're used, right? So they're new batteries. Were not used for their original application, right? So they were probably going to be used in an EV vehicle or some other type of EV type of product that requires batteries. But as you know, manufacturing, there could be issues with, let's say, the mounting brackets or whatever. So sometimes because of that, the products can be deemed unusable for the application it was designed for, and then they can't use them. So basically what the manufacturing companies do is like, well, let's just trash these things. And so it's like brand new battery cells could go straight to the trash. But, repurposing is a perfect way to, lower CO2 emissions because even the recycling process can be more CO2 in the air than repurposing them, right? So just imagine, like you had a water bottle and the water bottle for some reason had a defect. That doesn't mean the plastic's no good, right? So instead of trying to melt it down and make it into something else again, you could maybe just repurpose it for a different application, right? So that's kind of where that fine line is. So some people always ask, like, are these new used batteries? They're not used batteries, right? They don't even go through any deep cycles. They're just manufacturing stuff, and then they're like, hey, misaligned screw holes, can't use this giant battery pack. So instead of trying to recycle it, which could also be a dangerous and intensive task that's like, produces a lot of CO2 emissions, repurposing it is actually a cleaner way. And then by the time these batteries reach their end life in over 2 decades, then they can possibly be recycled. So you can check online and you'll see we have batteries with brand new cells that were manufactured for the batteries, and then we have batteries that have repurposed cells to help reduce the CO2 emissions, help manufacturing plants dispose of their batteries without having to create more pollution in the air. So that does happen a lot in manufacturing, not just with lithium, but with other materials. That happens a lot, actually. I actually come from the manufacturing before I was doing all this stuff, Nick. I used to work in manufacturing CNC, and that's true. Like if your diameter hole was supposed to be 33 millimeters, but you overshot it 34, 35, it's unusable. It's unusable. And so either they'll restart over or stuff like that happens. So if we can find ways to grab that, recreate it into a usable product that people can use, take advantage of, and it's good for the planet, I mean, why wouldn't we, right? So all the batteries and all the battery cells inside are new. And so, they're warranted up to 10 years. They're fully tested here, and they're fully manufactured. Did you operate lathe? Yeah, I did, actually. Not that much, mostly 3-axis. Lathe is the circle one. The other one is, I forgot what the name of the other one is. And I know it goes 3-axis, 4-axis, 5-axis, and lathe is the one usually for circular objects. If you are a manufacturing plant, that reminds me, if you're a manufacturing plant and you might be experiencing power outages in your area, or you need a large battery bank to be able to offset your electricity costs, we have large commercial battery packs that can basically offset your electricity. It can offset your electricity. And imagine lowering your electric bills for a manufacturing plant. You're probably running machines day and night. I remember when I worked at the manufacturing plant, we had 24/7 night shifts and morning shifts. So we had machines running day and night. So if this is kind of like the situation you have and you're looking for ways to save money and get federal tax incentives for your business. You know, being able to call in and get a large commercial battery backup for your manufacturing plant or agricultural or farm is going to definitely be the way to go to be able to lower your electricity bills. We've already estimated, let's say you're using an apartment build, let's say you own an apartment building. We've already estimated that you can lower your NOI by up to 50%. So imagine you're spending $2 million on a building, on an apartment building or a office building. Imagine you could just lower that to half. And that's just, and then again, anytime you install one of these clean lithium battery things, batteries to your properties, you're gonna always get the federal tax incentives. Always just remember that. I'm not sure if NY is still in the chat, but if you're still in the chat, make sure you call in and lock in your pricing. I know maybe you might not be ready to buy today, but today's the last day of Prime Day sales, from what I know. And so if you call in, you can at least lock in pricing if you're interested in this. Throw on Battery Safari again. All right, cool. Let's see what else we have in here. I like the country songs.
Well, I got some news for y'all to hear. If you're looking for power, BatteryEvo's near. The Walrus, the Kong, and the Rhino 2 take you off the grid. That's what we do. Woohoo! Battery Safari, Battery Safari, Battery Safari. Battery Safari, BatteryEvo, saving that money. The Walrus is the one and all in one dream. Solar power flowing like a mountain stream. Buy it once you're set under the sun. Life's a breeze, y'all, in the batteries got you one. With your solar AC colder chilling, grinning wide like a fishing line's reeling. Future's bright, energy's just right. BatteryEvo, keeping it tight day and night. Battery Safari, Battery Safari, Battery Safari. Battery Safari, BatteryEvo, saving that money. When the call steps in, it's all no way. King Kong power, y'all, is first rate. Plug it in, 3 prongs feel great. Electric dreams, BatteryEvo's fate. The Rhino's not a dino, fossil fuels decline. Charge it up anytime, we're doing fine. No limit to the power, let it shine. White albino, energy's divine. Battery safari, battery safari, battery safari, safari, battery safari, BatteryEvo, saving that money. From the grid to the fall, we got it all. BatteryEvo's the name, y'all standing tall. Eco-friendly, heed the call. Join the safari, we're having a ball. With the walrus, Kong and Rhino in line, saving the planet.
You have solar panels about 4 kilowatt hour that I plan to charge up through the PV. So your past videos help. All right, cool. So people see the videos and they understand it. So yeah, so you got 4,000 kilowatts worth of solar. That's going to be pretty good to get an efficient system going through here. Remember that when you're wiring those up to keep the voltage within the 90 to 230 volts PV inputs, that's going to be your most efficient system there. And so these panels, you are trying to do them off grid, right? You're not going to do them grid tied. I think that if you can figure out a way to do them off grid, that's going to be your best bet, just because it's free energy this way. That's always the advantage of these solar panels. Yesterday we were showing the mini homes, the manufactured mini homes, and I was like, how can we get some power up in this? And off grid's the way to go. So if you can find a way to do this off grid, right? Like you don't got to worry about those power outages. You know, I didn't even check what the PG&E rates were. Let's see what the rates are. Let's run some calculations. I think they'll tell me the they're being sneaky by not even showing the 15. No, wait. Yeah? Sure, I shouldn't bring the glasses back?
Nah, I mean, depends. Depends on what you're going for.
So Nick's roasting me because I wear glasses in some of the early videos.
Yeah, I mean, I got glasses on my face right now, so what am I going to say?
Ah, man. I had to get a whole new persona.
I gotta come in with the red bands on at the same time.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to find out what the rate plans are. I mean, how much do you spend on kilowatt, per kilowatt? PG&E sneaky to not tell me. Oh, okay, I got it. I got the spreadsheet here. Okay, so it's like they have this thing called ES and ET. I'm not even sure what that means. Oh, okay, so peak. Okay, so on peak, residential time of use. If you're using the residential time of use, off peak you're paying 44 cents, and then on peak you're paying 56 cents. So you're paying 50 cents for every kilowatt you're using, right? Or is that every watt? It's every kW? Yeah, per kilowatt hour. So the Walrus G2 has 13 kilowatt hour. So you'd be saving if you're charging, let's say if you use the off-grid panels, so it's effectively free. So you're gonna use 13 kilowatt hours, let's pretend you use that much a day. 13 kilowatt hour times 44 cents, who's got the math on that? That's less than 13 bucks, that's about $7 a day. If you do run it at 50 cents, so it's about $7 a day. If you run $7 a day for 365 days, how much is that? Who's got the math on that? Supposedly we got engineers in here, but no one's got the math on 7 times 365. So $2,555 a year if you're paying 50 cents a kilowatt hour and you were per se didn't have a Walrus, so you're not using the 13 kilowatt hour a day. So you'd be essentially, if you're using the 13 kilowatt hour daily, saving that much money a year. Effectively, right? Obviously, you're probably not going to use that much power daily, but just imagine the Walrus creates that buffer for you. That's for 13 kilowatt hours a day. If you're using those off-grid solar panels, the Walrus has bypass mode. So as the solar comes in, so as the walrus comes in, as the solar comes into the walrus, the bypass mode kicks in, and you could use the solar power in your home, and then all the extra solar is going to get collected in the battery pack, and then at nighttime when there's no sun, you can basically and the nighttime use the battery pack's power, whatever got saved. My solar panels have built-in microinverters, but the Walrus have one inside it too. So the Walrus has the MPPT. So if you have the microinverters, it's going to start to get tricky here, because the PV takes in DC current. When you use the microinverters, it's basically the microinverters doing the job of going from DC to AC. So in that sense, you might want to do either don't use the microinverters if you know how to do that, or you might have to do a grid tied install, because you have the microinverters already. You're not going to be able to install into PV. So, there you go. You can, to circumvent this, you can install a junction or combiner box to go around the meter. Okay, cool. See, that's what we need the moderators for. So, when you have the microinverters, you cannot also directly install it to the Walrus units because of the microinverters. So you're basically going inverter to inverter, not going to work too well. So you're better off using direct DC solar panels, which we have partners that we are partnered with, that we can supply you a small 10-panel kit that'll get you 4,500 watts worth of solar, and that should be a pretty efficient system. So that's why, if you have any questions like that, it's best to call in, because the technical reps are going to be able to answer them for you, let you know what's the best thing to do. And for the setup, right? So we should probably make a video talking about that, about the microinverter and the non-microinverter things. Alright, so yeah, so the still extends to our entire product library if you're looking for high capacity power banks or golf cart batteries. I think most of the people are interested in the home power. I think that's like the... Can we switch to Minecraft? Let's put something different. And we need like maybe something with sound. Oh, but that's if we have YouTube on the background, it's not gonna work well, huh? Alright, let's go back to the tracks. Thanks, Brian Channel. I'll call when I get back in the house. Okay, cool. Call in and mention the YouTube Live. Let's say the YouTube Live cuts out. Just mention the YouTube Live just so that we can try to get you the YouTube Live pricing because you're in the chat and the moderators see you. So when you call in, be like, hey, I'm NY. And, you know, because you were chatting it up today, you're going to be able to get the YouTube Live discount. So there's already like I think it's 37% on this one, but they're going to be able to scrape a little bit more. Is it 37 or? Yeah, 37, I think. So they'll be able to scrape a little bit more off of that. So make sure you call in and mention the YouTube Live. Mention the Walrus album. The Walrus album. Did you put all the tracks in that same folder? All right, let me go there and let me just dig out from there. Let's go to songs. I really like, this is my favorite one right here. I think this is my favorite one. This one. If you've been on the live before and you recognize these tracks, please let us know. This is my favorite one.
It's a wonderful machine that benefits all of us. Inverter on the top, battery on bottom. Power your whole home, appliances, all of them. Off-grid living, it feels so good going green for our planet, just like you should. With time of use settings, more money in your pocket. Buy a walrus and your family is stocked up. We got the Arctic, plug it in and start it. Fast shipping to your crib, best prices on the market. Wheels on your carpet, power your apartment. Energy is money and it's time to harvest. Yeah, you know we got the Arctic, plug it in and start it. Fast shipping to your crib, best prices on the market. Wheels on your carpet, power your apartment. Energy is money and it's time to harvest. Yeah, you know. Turn your panels into cash, every angle's looking red. Power outage, don't sweat it, cause your walrus got your back. It's a fact, all system slap batteries badass. Get a walrus and you'll never go back. No, you say BatteryEvo, yeah, all in one system. Okay, BatteryEvo, yeah, let's go, BatteryEvo, yeah, walrus, BatteryEvo, yeah, lowest prices on the market. Lowest prices on the market.
That one's my favorite. Let me see what else on the tracks I have. Oh, this one's really good too. This one's really good too.
Let me tell you about a system called the Walrus.
I know Chris likes this one.
Wonderful machine that benefits
Big
all
time.
of us. Inverter on the top, battery on bottom. Power your whole home, appliances, all of them. Off-grid living, it feels so good. Going green for our planet, just like you should. With time of use settings, more money in your pocket. Buy a walrus and your family is stocked up. We got the Arctic, plug it in and start it. Fast shipping to your crib, best prices on the market. Wheels on your carpet, power your apartment.
anybody's just joining the chat right now, we're doing this sale right now for the Prime Day, and we got the Walrus unit here. We got the Walrus unit here, and we're playing the Walrus album. So if you call in and mention the Walrus, oh, you guys got Forza? This game's sick. So we got the Walrus tracks. So if anybody watches, listens to this, call in, mention the album, and they're gonna give you an extra deal, an extra hooked up deal. Okay. If you have a question about the product, go ahead and ask it in the chat, and we can talk about it. Let me know what state and city you're in. We can check out your utility company and see what advantages you have. If you're trying to go fully off grid, that's you can mention that in the chat. Either way, you gotta ask a question in the chat. So ask a question in the chat. We have currently the Walrus is being charged on a 72 volt charger. So we had been using this one for every single live for like about 3 weeks now. We officially ran out of charge. We don't have it near a grid tied install here, so we went ahead and plugged in the 72 volt charger. So some people ask, like, what if I can't right away plug this into some solar panels or my grid? You can get the 72 volt charger, and that plugs right into any 110 outlet in your home. It's not the fastest charge, but it is a alternative option. So some people could use these, and then you could, once we get enough charge in here, I think we will have enough. We're gonna try to plug in a small AC unit into it and try to see like how it handles it. I just don't know how long this charger is gonna take to charge it, because usually we probably just grid tie it, and then we can get power from the grid pretty quickly. So if you have any questions about how to charge this unit, you can go ahead and ask those questions, and I can go ahead and answer those questions for you. But let me know. So if you're just joining the chat, remember you can call in. It's the YouTube live discount sale. Right when you call in here, whatever deal we have going on, they're going to be able to scrape a couple extra dollars off of it just because you joined the live stream. So go ahead and ask any questions you might have. And if you're ready and you want to get that deal, just call in. So we got Al with a grid-tied solar setup, 12 kWh with an N-phase combiner box. Do you have any instruction or videos how to connect? So they got the N-phase, or is it N-phase? I think it's N-phase, right? I think maybe one of the moderators, if they can jump in on here and answer that question. Do you have any instruction videos how to connect it? So they already got grid-tied solar setup and 12 kW with N-phase combiner box. N-phase is an inverter, Sardar, or is that a battery? They said I have a grid-tied solar. Yeah, they got a grid-tied solar setup, 12 kW N-phase. Yeah, 12 kW. So that's their inverter, right? The N-phase is the inverter, 12 kW. So then maybe they just need battery backups. Maybe they don't need a Walrus, because the N-phase is going to work as an inverter, right? So maybe they just need battery backup for solar storage. My texts are saying that if you can check your unit if it has any DC outputs. like any DC output connections, maybe you could probably wire directly into the DC input here.
With the batteries.
Sorry, I have 32 panels with 32 microinverters. They got 32 panels, so they got plenty of solar, grid tied, coming in. But it's going into the, if it's using microinverter, it's going to the grid, to the end phase, or end phase to the grid? Grid to end phase. Wait, no, the end phase is the solar inverter box. Right? Or am I confusing that? From the box to the grid. So it goes end phase, then grid. And okay, so you have two options here. So you can go grid tied straight into the walrus pack, or you're saying if the end phase has DC outputs, you can go straight DC here.
You can buy it off the battery. If you don't want
Like a battery backup, like a Rhino?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So if you already got this set up this way, Al, maybe you could potentially go a grid tied setup with the walrus, or use one of our 48 volts battery backups. Al, you should probably call in and ask one of our techs, because I think people do usually call in about the end phase, and then they'll tell you how to wire it up when it comes with that system, and then you'll be able to get a deal on whatever sale we got going on. So just call in, let them know the end phase system you have, and the techs have been talking to other people who have the same setup, so you're basically get, you know, a much better answer. But from what I know is that I think you could do a grid tied setup with the walrus and not touch the end phase inverter box you got going on, or you can get a battery backup like the Rhino or the Kong or any one of those and hook that up. Since you already have an inverter, you might not need a whole nother all-in-one system. The Rhino is a pretty good kit. That's like one of the more popular ones. So is the Kong. If you call in and get a Kong 30, I know that they can hook you up big time on a 30 kilowatt hour backup battery if you get the Kong 30. If you're just joining the live, go ahead and leave a question. We want to get the chat. We want to get the chat going. So if you can get the how many what? How many microinverters? Well, they got 32 panels with 32 microinverters. So it says, I'm planning to use the Walrus, did not check the Rhino, mainly for storing excess solar output and charging my EV. What's your best setup here? What's your best setup? Let me know. I think he's got to be tied to the grid. So he said instead of sending off the excess solar to the grid, he wants to store it. So he's grid tied for sure. Kong, I think the Kong would do. He says REC 405 panels. What's up? What's up, Nick?
If he's trying to like charge directly out of it, he'd be able to go with something like an inverter, you know? Like the
Charge directly out of it, like for the for the EV, yeah.
charges EV.
Well, I mean, I'm sure he has his EV. You already have your own EV charging station, so that's probably already hooked up to his grid. So if he uses the battery backup, it'll draw a battery out of there. I mean, either option could work, but I think because you already got the inverter, the battery backup could be potentially more helpful to you. But the Walrus is just, I mean, just the fact that it's all in one, you could just go grid tied with the Walrus as well. But Al, I think you should call in because you got these REC 405 panels. That's going to be, I'm not even sure. Let me look that up. I don't even know. People have different. But call into the technical reps and they're going to be able to give you a deal on these. On whatever you decide to get. So whether it's the Walrus or the battery backups. You can go ahead and alright, so I'm looking at these right now. Energy Sage, REC Alpha Pure Black, REC 405 AA. 405 watts. So you got a ton of solar. If you got 32 panels, wow. Alright, if you got 32 panels, let's see how much solar he's got. Times 405 watts. Okay, so every hour, Al is producing 12,960 watts worth of solar. 12 kWh. I mean 12 kW. So You could technically charge a Walrus in like if that was direct current, you could probably charge it like within an hour. So you got plenty of solar, and for sure the grid is taking all that back and charging you for it at night, and it's charging your neighbors for it. Tommy. So because of this, you should be storing that extra solar. You got a ton of solar. I mean, what kind of appliances are you powering in your home? You got the EV charger. So if you got the EV charger, you're drawing a lot of power, but I don't think that you're charging every day. And then I would assume maybe you have like an AC and a couple of appliances. So definitely battery backups are going to be able to help you if you want to basically, what is it called? Peak shaving, like lower your electric bill. You know, using something like the Walrus is going to be able to help you do the buffer. The battery backups, depending on how you set up your inverter, will be able to help you draw power during the day and night, but it will just work mostly as a battery backup, but you could get power in the nighttime, you know? Whereas the Tesla Powerwall, you get time of use settings. So that could be beneficial to you. Oh yeah, so we're gonna, yeah, okay, so 12K, yeah, call in, Al, call in and tell me you saw the live chat. They're going to tell you how you can do the setup with the Enphase, whether you want to go Walrus or whether you want to go Rhino. I'm going to let them know to discount you and get that as special code approved for you. They work with everybody people call in with the Enphase stuff all the time, so they should know how to guide you through it. So yeah, 2 AC units draws, 8 kW when running together. EV consumes almost 50. Jeez. So the EV consumes 50 to 60 kilowatts every time they charge. So you're going to need... maybe you might want to go 3X cart kit, because if that's 60 kilowatt hour draw to an Atlantic, that gets you at 30. Atlantic with extension pack could get you 60 kilowatt hour, so that could at least offset that EV charge every time you charge. Which again, I don't think it's every day. You're probably charging once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks. Oh, got a Rivian. How often are you charging this? And how long? They got a Rivian. Damn. Rivian's sick. Right here, I'm seeing it on Car Gurus. Used for 3K miles, $78,000 for a Rivian. You on that? You on that, Nick? Is that in your budget? Or is that outside your budget?
Maybe that was my like holiday bonus.
Holiday bonus?
Yeah.
So if you can, yeah, let's. We don't have anybody here with a Rivian. We charged the Mercedes EQ. We've charged the Hyundai. We've charged the Tesla, but we don't have anybody who has a Rivian. We need somebody to charge a Rivian here at the factory, at the facility here. Yeah, the Rivians are sick. It's definitely different than everything else out there. What made you go with the Rivian versus any other product out there? Okay, so they're charging twice a week, and it takes 60 kilowatt hour draw every single time. I'll say, if we're getting that much in bonus, he'll come work here. You know? Can we get the Forza fee to put the Rivian up there? We wish. Alright, now everybody's just trolling at this point. So what made you pick the Rivian over, like, let's say the Tesla Model Y? I think what's the other pickup truck? The Ford Lightning? Ford Lightning is the other, yeah, put something about the Rivian up here. The Rivian lineup, yeah. So Ford Lightning versus Rivian, what's better? Pickup truck. I think BYD is about to start building those down in Mexico. That's going to be the other electric pickup truck. Twice a week. Yeah, link to the Walrus extension kit offers 60 kilowatt. Yeah, thank you for that one. So that's going to be 60 kilowatt. That's with the extension pack. That's going to be a pretty big battery pack. And then if you want to draw all that power out to charge your Rivian, I mean, there you go. It's basically a whole off-grid setup for you. Every 2 weeks, you would get, with the panels that you have, you would charge this up every single day if you had 60 kilowatt hour battery pack. So I don't even think you need to worry too much about if you're going to have enough charge for the next time you charge your Rivian. If anybody else is just joining, we're talking about Rivian EVs. This thing just flew out of the sky. Oh no, that was still the Forza. I forget that my feed is a little bit slower than what's happening. So So we're talking about the Rivian and EV charging and how to use a walrus to basically peak shave and not have to use your grid to charge your electric vehicle, and then you could basically, you know, stop paying so much money to charge your EV. Yeah, but I do not need that much. I can charge my lifestyle and charge it. Yeah. Oh yeah, you could basically just top off. You know, if you just need an extra 10, 25, just keep topping off every day. Yeah, so if you don't need that much, I mean, again, a G2 will do enough for you to just do that topping off every so often. It's just depending on how you want to set it up, Al. So just call in and then see like what you're trying to accomplish here, and then the techs are going to recommend you the best thing. I just thought maybe if you wanted a 60 kilowatt hour, we definitely have that, and I think it's important for people to know. 1:1 ratio in net metering. I must also tell you that I have 1:1 in net metering. Let me look up what that means. I think so it says the type of net metering described above is the simplest. The utility offers credit for each kilowatt hour of electricity sent to the grid. Well, yeah, so you could still send stuff back to the grid, right? You could still send, you're going to get those rebates, right? But I think what's happening, especially here in California, it's already happening in Cali. I don't know where you're located. But in Cali, the rebates dropped. So what they used to give you, they don't give it to you anymore. So this could be what they're giving you now, but it could potentially go away. So once the battery pack is fully charged, I mean, it has no reason to continue to charge. So then you could still continue to send stuff back to the grid and continue to get your rebates for the net metering to get your credits. But then again, so what happens is that in the nighttime, sure, they're giving you the net metering for your rebates, but then they're still charging you for it at night. And then think about this. You have solar panels. Your neighbors don't have solar panels. So you're collecting the solar, and they're using the solar you collected to charge your neighbors for the utilities that they're using. So they're using your solar panels as a power grid, where you could basically be storing it for yourself in case of a power emergency. You could still get your net metering, your credit anyways. And then, you know, if the power grid would go out or whatever, you'd still have battery backup power. So you're still peak shaving, you're still protecting yourself during a power outage, and you still get your net metering credit. So you don't really got to worry too much about it.
I'm not able to log in and they see that. Who has access? Gary can hear? Who has access? I don't have access.
Gotta reset. You gotta reset.
I did reset. It doesn't. You do have it? Are you admin? Who's the admin?
That one.
Log in?
Cool. I'll make sure you call in during the live. In the meantime, unless you have more questions, I'm just gonna put the Walrus tracks back on. Texas? Oh, if you're in Texas, do you have the Nights Free plan? Because Texas is offering, I always talk about the Texas Nights Free plan. If you're in Texas, call in. I mean, we're trying to give priority to the people in Texas because of the power outages that they're experiencing. So try to call in and see if we can. It's 5 to 7 business days to get shipped out. It's Wednesday now, so fulfillment team obviously has to catch up with their orders. But we're trying to get people who have been experiencing those Texas power outages, try to speed up the process to getting their units out to them. So Al, you should call in because you're from Texas. Also, do you have Nights Free plan? Because I've been talking about this on every single live. Texas is offering Nights Free plan, so free energy at night. If you don't have solar panels. Yes, I do, but the Nights Free plan is just for discount plan, not completely free. Okay, got it. So I think we did a little bit of research on the Terra Nights Free plan, and so some people who didn't have solar could take advantage of that, collect some battery and then some battery power. We finally got somebody in here. If anybody else has any questions, we're talking right now about Texas Nights Free Plan, charging EVs, trying to go off grid with some solar panels, and doing some solar grid tied installs. So if you have any questions similar or different to that, you can go ahead and ask it in the chat, and I'll try my best to answer it. If I can't get you the answer, I'll just ask one of my techs and they'll answer it for us. So we have engineers in here, tech people in here. We got moderators in the chat. So supposedly we can answer any of your questions, right, Chris?
Yep.
So as long as you ask the question, we'll be able to. So we got the Rivian stuff going up here because Al's got the Rivian. He didn't tell us why he picked the Rivian over any other EV truck out there. So we need to get a Rivian in here. Company Rivian car. So if anybody in here has EVs, let us know what EV you have, and then maybe we can get everybody to line up and let's just see who's got the fastest EV.
Spec for spec.
Spec for spec. Hey, those wheels are not are sick.
I know.
Tommy, you like this?
They
You
do
like the
have high
Rivian?
run turns. They're so high up. Not the highest, but
Dude.
Whoa.
Tommy, you can't do that. You can't do that in your Beamer. Or maybe you could actually.
Or maybe he has.
Or maybe that's exactly what he's been doing. We got ads. We're promoting ads. Much more sophisticated and luxurious software is not par with Tesla. What about the Hummer EV? I've seen one Hummer. Well, up in personal, I've been inside one Hummer EV. I didn't get to drive it. I thought that was pretty special. The Hummers are making a comeback with the EV. What do you think about that in comparison to either the Tesla SUV or the Rivian you have now? I think does the Bronco have an EV? The Bronco? No, right? Does it have an EV?
They might.
Hybrid? There's the Ford Lightning. In terms of big sized EV cars, what is out there? There's the Model Y, there's the Rivian, there's the Ford Lightning. I think the Silverado has one now. I think Chevy has one now. I think Chevy has the one where you could power your house. It's got like the, what do they call that? V2G, vehicle to grid. Al says it's more luxurious. And he said it's way better than Tesla. I don't know. I haven't driven a Rivian. So I got to take Al's word for it. So we can if anybody lives in the valley, Los Angeles Valley, and has a Rivian, please bring your Rivian here and let's charge it with the walruses here and we can shoot a video with it. BMW iX, Mercedes-Benz EQS. Hummer's too big for my test. Lightning was not out at the time. Mine is okay, so Lightning wasn't even out. And then, so Silverado does have an EV. What about, can you put up some information about V2G, vehicle to grid, either in the chat or on the thing? That's kind of something that I learned about like a couple of months ago. And so some of these trucks, you could basically use the battery pack in your truck to plug it back into the house, and basically you got a little like a battery backup. But yeah, the Hummer was pretty big. I thought it was sick, but it was pretty big. I don't think that I'd be rocking that in the city. But you're out in Texas. Maybe it would be okay in Texas. Can't be driving around an EV in the valley. There's no way. I mean, in a Hummer EV. You seen those Hummer EVs, Nick? They're pretty cool. Yeah, maybe that one. The Rivian doesn't do it. The Lightning does it. Yeah, I think they're starting to plug it into some of those new trucks. I think the Lightning will do it. I think the Silverado will do it. I think one of the BMWs will do it too. Whatever the BMW one is. So I learned about that just recently. So I thought that was pretty cool. I think it's cool as like an emergency backup. I don't know about daily, just because it's like if you're using your car's battery to back up your home, then you also will lose the battery in your car. You know? So it's like maybe it'd be cool for a power emergency, but it's like you can't also drive your car if it's backing up your home. Vehicle V2G is a technology that allows electric vehicles. Is the torque on those Rivians still pretty extreme like it is on all those EVs? I used to work at a electric scooter company called Voro Motors, and we had some of those high-end 72 volt electric scooters that can go like 60, 70 miles an hour. So as soon as you punch it, you just get instant torque. I mean, I know the EV cars are obviously a lot faster, but I think that's one of the coolest things about the EVs is just the instant torque. It's just electricity. You know, I'm still driving a V6, bro, so I have to hit the gas and you gotta wait for the combustion to go off. That's slow, Nick. That's not as fast as like the EVs out here. You know? You ever try racing an EV straight off the line at a red light? There's no way. You're not winning. Nick's rocking the Hyundai. We need to get you in a Rivian, dude.
Yeah, it says he gets 0 to 60 in 3 seconds.
908 pound-feet of torque right off the line. That is crazy. What's your favorite gas vehicle that has 900 pound-feet of torque? Tommy, that's a question for you. What's a gas vehicle that has 900 pound-feet of torque? I don't even think there is anything like that. That's like a hypercar. That's like my cousin's Civic, who he built it in his garage. Instant torque, yeah. Those things are kind of dangerous, no? Like, it's like instant 900 pound-feet of torque. It's kind of like a little too fast. Huh?
Like a hair trigger, you just touch your gas.
Yeah, you're gonna go. Yeah, you're gonna go instant. I'll probably just punch it every day. You know, like there's no way I'm not speeding. And then it makes no noise. So it's like if the police are like, "Were you speeding?" It's like, "No." You can't even hear me. 900 pound-feet of torque is ridiculous. So if anybody's just joining now, you can go ahead and ask questions. We're talking about the Rivians, EVs. Al is trying to use a power backup to basically offset some of his EV charging load and perhaps use it as a battery backup for his home. So it's basically going to help with a little bit of peak shaving and then collect some of that solar that is basically going back to the grid. You can collect some of it in case of a power outage. So if anybody here doesn't know yet, if you have solar panels that are grid tied, meaning you bought them from a company and you're still paying the utility companies, basically, you're grid tied. That's a grid tied solar setup. And in that setup, if the grid cuts out, the solar's not going to come into your home, right? Because it has to come in through the grid. So because of that, the grid's cut out, your meter's not working, the solar is not going to power your home. So you need to have a buffer. You need to have a battery backup to store the excess solar. And when the grid cuts out, the battery backup turns on, and then it can power your home in a power outage. That's kind of the key here with using one of these battery backups. That's why like Tesla Powerwall and some of these other battery backups are becoming more and more popular because people are now realizing, hey, I bought solar panels 5 years ago, but every time I have a power outage, why does the solar just come through? It's because it's connected to your grid. So more and more people are trying to go either off grid now, or they're using a battery backup as a buffer, so when that grid cuts out, you still have power. Trying to go off grid is probably the best way. Basically, going off grid is going to be your best bet, especially if you're living like in Texas, Florida, Alabama, Arkansas. A lot of those areas have like almost no restrictions for when you're doing off-grid setups. I think Arizona as well. California, it just kind of depends on where you're living, but some people are doing it. ADUs, you can do ADUs off grid pretty easily with this kind of setup. If you have a large home, barn, farm, maybe getting more power units is going to be what you're going to need. But you can definitely use off-grid solar panels or the existing solar panels if you have a grid-tied setup to create that buffer, to have that battery backup that you might need. So if you have any one of those, you can go ahead and ask that question in the chat, and we could talk about how to set it up. I have the unit right here. So if you want to look at the ports or anything on the unit, I could show it to you directly right here. Right now we have it charging through our 72-volt charger. That's not something that we technically usually show. So this is usually a secondary or third option for charging. Let's say you got this unit, you don't have the ability to wire it in right away. This could be an option. You can plug this straight into your wall. You can plug this in straight into your wall, and then basically get charging from a 110 volt outlet. Oh, I gotta put the tracks back on.
You just asked one more question.
Another question? So basically when it's topped off. So basically it's fully charged, the grid will operate as normal. So the walrus isn't what's gonna be sending your solar back to the grid, right? That's gonna run as normal. But what's gonna happen is all that extra solar coming in, it's going to be basically collecting itself. Once it's fully charged, there's no reason for it to continue charging, so your grid will just operate as normal. So maybe you're actually better off, because you have so many panels, maybe getting an extension pack and collecting extra solar and then letting the rest go back to the grid. The more battery capacity you have in case of a like extensive power outage, you're going to have more battery capacity. So you got to kind of balance like how much I want to go back to the grid because I know you get the solar credits versus how much you value having enough battery capacity for a long-term emergency, right? So as soon as it's topped off, there's no really reason to worry about it. The grid will operate as normal. So the walrus isn't going to be the one who's going to be like, I'm going to send this much back to the grid. It doesn't do that. It just collects itself. I don't need it no more. I'll stop collecting. Your grid runs as normal. So call in, get the deal, and the text will be able to answer those kinds of questions for you too. If anybody else is just joining, they can go ahead and ask any question or call the number on the screen. And the reason for that is because if you mention the YouTube Live, we'll be able to scrape a couple extra bucks. I don't know how much it is. You got to call in for it, but it will be discounted further, right, than whatever deal we have going on the site. If you don't get a chance to get to that discount during the live, everything is heavily discounted on the site now, so you can go ahead and take advantage of that. But the YouTube Live, if you're jumping in, it's for that. It's just to be like, hey, ask questions, let's talk about it, we can show you the unit, and you can get a deal, right? That's actually a pretty good question, actually, about how, like, when it'll send the stuff back. Because I know some people still want their solar credits, but they want the battery backup for when the grid cuts out. So that was a good question. So if anybody's just joining, remember this is the chat, the live chat to help you get deals on batteries, right? We're talking about the Walrus now, but if you want to talk about any other batteries that we have, we got off-grid battery backups, smaller batteries for utility carts and golf carts, RV batteries. I mean, all the batteries are technically universal depending on what you want to power, but they are categorized based on what most people are using them for. So our smaller batteries are usually used for golf cart applications to replace lead acids. And then RV, same thing with the RV. So some people are using those old RV lead acid batteries. Upgrading to lithium is going to get you deep cycles, less maintenance, less charging, and then you're going to get more power output out of them. So if that's something that you're looking to do, go ahead and ask one of those questions or call in to get the deal. So everything's on sale for Prime Day deals, but being able to call in during the YouTube Live is going to help you get an extra deal, right? So Al was already talking in here. We're talking about his Rivian. Earlier we were talking about with NY about using the microinverters and how you can basically go around that. But anybody who's just joining, feel free to ask a question and we can go ahead and answer that for you and take advantage of the fact that we got the live. Even if you can't buy right now, just call in and mention the live so that they can give you that VIP discount that's available. That's what this is for. That's why we made this. If nobody wants to take advantage of the sales, then maybe we don't, maybe, I don't know, maybe I don't have to go live, Nick, right?
What would the world be like if we didn't have you live?
If we didn't have me live, nobody would be getting
Listen
deals.
to when they're doing the dishes and folding their laundry.
I don't know, man. I don't know what they'd be doing. But right now, what do we put up on here on the screen, Chris?
I think he's talking about the V2G stuff. Let's switch it up though.
Let's not do this anymore. That's too technical. We want fun stuff.
Yeah, we want fun stuff.
Let's put something sick up there. Let's put like, I don't know. What's fun? The Walrus album? The Walrus album's always fun.
Roller coaster POV videos.
Roller coasters. Let's go back. I'm gonna put this on because this is my favorite.
Let me tell you about a system called the Walrus. It's a wonderful machine that benefits all of us. Inverter on the top, battery on bottom. Power your whole home.
Chris is vibing, huh?
Off-grid living feels so good.
This one's so good, dude.
Just like you should. Time of use seconds, more money in your pocket. Buy a Walrus.
Felt great as tits again.
We got the Arctic, plug it in and start it. Fast shipping to your crib, best prices on the market. Wheels on your carpet, power your apartment. Energy is money and it's time to
Look, Morris.
harvest. Yeah, you know
Look, we got somebody asking a question that's different finally. Everybody's always asking about the Walrus. So Morris is asking if I have a battery pack that'll work with the 2002 Ford. I mean, are you trying to use this as like to power up some kind of... The idea is that you're not using this as a car battery,
Yeah.
right? So it's like maybe you're trying to do like a camper. Oh, wait. Okay, well, I guess the chat is basically saying yes, it'll work. Think users. I think...
Maybe we can unpack this question a little more.
Yeah, we got to unpack this question a little more. How are you planning on using this? Are you going to use it as like you're trying to make a camper? 2002 Ford. I have a 2003 Ford F-150. What Ford is this? Is it a truck? Is it what are the Ford models? There's Ford.
It's like a cart. It's like a golf cart.
Oh, I was way off.
It's called the Ford.
Ford makes golf carts?
Ford thing. Yeah, 2002.
Oh, that's what he's saying. I thought he was saying like I think it's a 70. Okay, got it. Okay, so yeah, we got the Falcons. The Falcons is gonna work for that.
Falcons will work great.
Yeah, the Falcon is our 72 volt batteries. For that, it's a Ford thing. Yeah, I thought you were talking about like a Ford pickup truck. I am not on target right now. I am not on target. So yeah, we got the 72 volt Falcons. That's going to be our 72 volt lithium battery pack for a 72 volt golf cart system. Thank you for the moderators for catching me on that because I was about to talk about Ford F-150s. I was about to start talking about something completely different.
Some of these, I see the horn things are considered kind of rare.
Oh, it's a rare one. If you go ahead and get the 72-volt Falcons, Morris, and put them in your Ford, take pictures of it, leave a review about it, and then I will have one of the team members in here send you an Amazon gift card after you leave the review. So you'll leave the review, you'll put some pictures there, and then call in and be like, hey, I left a review, here's my order number, and they're going to send you an Amazon gift card. Okay? So if anybody's just joining now, we're talking about different batteries now. So he's got the only year that it's made, so it's retro, dude. You gotta keep that. You gotta keep that. You have a special on that pack? Yeah, there should be a special. But again, Morris, the reason for this live chat is to give you an extra deal. So there's already a deal online for Prime Day deals. I don't know exactly what the special is on the 72-volt Falcon, but call in and mention the YouTube Live. Call the number on the screen. Tell them you're in the YouTube Live chat, and I'm going to have them approve you an extra discount on top of whatever's already available. So yeah, so there's already a 10%, but call in. They're going to give you a better deal than that 10%. They have to give you a better deal than that 10%. Sure. So call in, Morris, call in so we can get you that deal. So there's already a deal. I think that 10% is the summer 10 discount. But call in. Call in. They're going to take they say an extra $50 off. I don't know how much that is in percentage on top of what that is. That's for the golf carts though. So it depends on the batteries that you're getting. It depends on the batteries that you're getting. So it could be an extra $50 off for a golf cart, and it could be up to 100 on a off-grid battery because obviously they're larger battery packs. Two of them. Wow. So the only rare Ford golf cart, he's got two. So you're gonna so look, Morris, we have a thing going on with the buy more save more, where basically when you bundle up the batteries, the price drops. So if you compare the kits, the kits with more batteries are always cheaper when you compare the pricing. So if you're gonna get batteries for both your golf carts, I recommend you bundle it up because it'll be cheaper, and then you're still going to get the 10% discount, and then they're still going to discount more for mentioning the YouTube Live. Call in. Mention the Walrus album, which I got to put back on. I'm going to put this track again, and then I'll switch to the next track. The next track, currently I have 6 decas in the, but you got to go to lithium. It's going to be less maintenance, less charging time, more range, and more power coming out of these things. So switching to lithium is going to be a good alternative to those those golf carts. You can get more longevity out of them. And then we're going to hit this one more time, and then I'll switch the track. I like this style of song, Nick. If you can make more like this is good.
Let me tell you about a system called the Walrus. It's a wonderful machine that benefits all of us. Inverter on the top, battery on bottom. Power your whole home, appliances, all of them. Off-grid living, it feels so good. Going green for our planet just like you should. What time of use seconds, more money in your pocket. Buy a Walrus and your family is stocked up. We got the Arctic, plug it in and start it. Fast shipping to your crib, best prices on the market. Wheels on your carpet, power your apartment. Energy is money and it's time to harvest. Yeah, you know it. Turn your panels into cash. Every angle's looking rad. Power outage, don't sweat it, cause you always got your back. It's a fact, all our systems slap. Batteries badass. Get a Walrus and you
anybody's just joining, we got the live going on so we can help you get some deals on before Prime Day ends. Get you some extra deals before Prime Day ends, and then you can ask questions about the batteries that we have and the kind of power solution you're looking to solve here. And we're gonna try to answer the questions for you. All you gotta do is ask the questions. So if anybody here has got golf carts, utility carts, commercial businesses, I always got to remember to mention this about the commercial businesses, because if you have commercial businesses, we have power backups for that. So we can basically lower your electric bills for your commercial buildings and businesses, and then we could also, power, like back up the power there. Like imagine if you're a gas station, you're gonna need backup power. If anybody's joining the chat and they need more than 60 kilowatt hours worth of battery backup, please call in. That's probably going to be the best possible deal that I can get you, just because you need a large battery backup supply. So doing that is going to be able to, I mean, if you need that much battery backup supply, call in and I'm going to get you the best deal I can possibly get you. If you need more than 60 kilowatt hour worth of battery capacity. Morris, where do you live? Where do you live that you need 2 golf carts? I don't even think here in Cali they let you drive them around, or at least not in where we live. Oh, yesterday though, I was in Silmar. There's a lady selling raspados in a golf cart.
Yeah.
You seen her?
They've been more common in somewhere in Plum area.
Yeah.
They're driving now.
That's it.
Maybe
No more
they
pushing.
came up since like back then. They roll up to you. They're like in a little golf cart.
Yeah.
They get off. They go to the back.
Yeah,
do your
that's
thing.
way better.
They're covering more ground for sure.
Way more zip codes.
Yeah.
They should get some EVs.
Cool.
I mean, some batteries.
They should actually. It would be the perfect.
I should have hit her up.
You just gotta charge your car. Don't gotta worry about heavy batteries. Got the corn in the back.
The corn in the back.
That's fire.
If anybody lives in the valley or wherever you live, if you guys have seen those people who push the carts around, they like offer you corn or like shaved ice
Like street vendors.
or like street vendors.
Yeah.
I remember growing up with that. Nick, I don't know, in Florida, you grew up in Florida. What's the common thing over there? Paletas, ice cream?
Sorry, what's that?
Like what's the common?
Do you
Like
have any like ice cream vans over there? No little trucks passing by.
like passing by?
You get the ice cream trucks going around, yeah.
What about like the people who push the cart though?
Not in Florida. I have a guy who does that in my neighborhood though.
Oh yeah, because you live here now.
Yeah.
That's fire.
But in Florida, it's just those ice cream trucks that pull up with like the really bad like SpongeBob like popsicles.
Oh, the free gloves.
Those
Yeah,
are
yeah.
classics.
Yeah.
So if anybody here has an ice cream cart, push cart, or some kind of push cart type
Hot
of
dog stand.
anything like that, hit us up. We want to retrofit your cart and get you power, and we could even put some motors on that thing.
Yeah.
Get some motors on that thing so you can stop pushing it around, and you can just start driving it around.
Yeah.
Here at BatteryEvo, we are the manufacturer and distributor, so we have the ability to kind of make anything, right? So as long as we can get the idea, we can get the power to you. Oh, we got a new track. We got a brand new track. Let's put it up. So if you're just joining the chat, ask a question. In the meantime, we'll have the Walrus album playing. If anybody's been in this chat, call in now.
From me to you, if you're looking for power, we got a whole zoo. The walrus, the
That was good.
and the rhino too. Off the grid living, it's what we do. Battery safari, battery safari, battery safari, battery safari, BatteryEvo, saving that money. The walrus is the one, an all-in-one ride. Solar power flowing, keeping you electrified. Buy it once, live it up under the sun. Life's a breeze, oh baby, when the batteries got you sprung. With your solar AC, cold or chilling, grinning, white, feeling so thrilling. Future bright, energy's alright.
Do you have enough charge in this yet, so far?
BatteryEvo,
In a bit, I want to try to plug that thing in.
tight through the night.
No, there should
Battery
be.
safari, battery safari, battery safari, battery safari, BatteryEvo, saving that money. When the concept's in, it's on no delay. King Kong power every night, every day. Plug it in, 3 prongs, let's play. Electric dreams, BatteryEvo's way. The rhino's not a dino, fossil fuels decline. Charge it up anytime, we're feeling fine. No limit to the power, let it shine. White albino, energy divine. Battery safari, battery safari, battery safari, battery safari, BatteryEvo, saving that money. From the grid to the farm, we've got it all. BatteryEvo's the name standing tall.
So if anybody's just joining now, this is the live.
Join the safari.
This is the live, so that we can help you answer any questions about any battery packs. And then if anybody calls in during the live stream and mentions the live stream, we're gonna be able to get you special discounts. So everything on site is already discounted, but we can get you more discounts for mentioning the YouTube live. We have the Walrus, or now it's the whole BatteryEvo album now. And so we got some tracks that play the music that describes our batteries, so you can listen to that. In the meantime, we got the videos playing in the background. Otherwise, you can ask questions about the batteries. If you have any technical questions or customer support questions, call the number on the screen and they'll be able to help you out. Winona just said hello. Do you have any questions about the battery packs or any powers that you're trying to, what's your power project? Now if you're just joining, remember this is the live for Prime Day. So calling in is going to get you a better deal, and asking questions could help not only you, but it can help out anybody else who might have a similar question, and we can answer it for you. I have the Walrus unit sitting right behind me, so I can show you the unit if anybody wants to see anything specific on there. But you can ask about either your home battery backups, or you can ask about golf cart batteries, utility cart batteries, RV, trailer batteries. Winona Palmiotti. Oh, what? Cut out.
Oh, got some news from me to you. If you're looking for power, we got a whole zoo. The walrus, the Kong, and the rhino too. Off the grid living, it's what we do. Battery safari, battery safari, battery safari, battery safari, BatteryEvo, saving that money.
Vaughn, if you have questions about your 72 volt Falcon, call the number on the screen The technical team will be able to answer your questions. They're going to be able to answer if any like install questions or whatever you might have. The technical team is going to be able to answer that for you. If you have some general questions, you can probably ask them here, and the moderators and I could probably try to help you answer those questions. But if they're more specific, I would say call in the phone number on the screen so that they can help you out. They can be able to help you out with that install. But if anybody else is just joining, this is the BatteryEvo YouTube Live. We're running this so that we can help people get questions answered, show them products, and help them get deals. So if anybody's trying to, get a battery backup, go off grid, set a lithium batteries in their golf carts, this is your chance to ask those questions, and we'll be able to show it to you live. And again, if you call in and mention the YouTube Live, we're gonna be able to get you an extra discount just because you mentioned the YouTube Live, like literally just because of that. We also have the Walrus album playing. If you guys like the tracks, let us know. If you don't like the tracks, let us know. That's okay. It doesn't hurt my feelings. You just have to let me know what's going on, and we can have a more engaging live chat here. Yeah, so just ask questions, whatever you need. Remember, if you might have a question that maybe you know the answer to, but by asking the question might help answer someone else's question who maybe is afraid to ask or doesn't really know how to ask. But that's what the live stream helps do, right? So somebody asks a question, and then it basically helps other people learn about it too. So yesterday on the live chat, what was that thing it was the soft starter for the AC. So somebody was asking about how to get their AC off grid, and then the guy came in through the Facebook chat, and then he basically mentioned using a soft starter because he had 20 years in HVAC to be able to offload that large surge load. Yeah, so Jesse is really nice and professional. But yeah, you could call in and have and talk with them to help you with any technical stuff you might be experiencing. They're gonna be able to help you out with whatever you need, Vaughn. But thank you for joining. You have a 72 volt 2 golf cart battery kit. Where do you live, Vaughn? What area are you at? What is your state and city, Vaughn? So if anybody's just joining, call the number on the screen. If somebody's just joining in, call right now, and they're going to be able to give you an extra deal. Now, if you have questions about the batteries that you've been probably looking at online, you can ask questions about those, and I'm going to be able to answer them for you. If they get too technical, I do have technical reps here who can help us answer the questions. Otherwise, we're just going to have the Walrus album playing, and you guys can listen to it on repeat. We have different tracks going on, but asking questions is the most efficient way to help people, learn about the batteries. So we know is happy with their batteries, so thank you. Winona is happy with the batteries. I have many batteries from BatteryEvo. I'm very happy with my batteries. Cool. So thanks for using the BatteryEvo batteries. Pennsylvania. So what's the rules? What's the rules for driving golf carts in Pennsylvania? Let me know. You see if the moderators are fast enough to get me that answer before I can pop open my Topo Chico. Are you faster than my Topo Chico, Chris?
Yes. It's illegal to drive them on public roads.
Oh.
Unless you have an exemption, like crossing certain highways for sporting, maintenance, or recreational purposes, or if you have a golf course or a garden.
Yeah, Vaughn is saying he's got a vacation home in Pennsylvania, so.
Oh, he's fine.
So yeah, Vaughn's kind of flexing on us a little bit. That's okay,
Say goodbye.
How big is this vacation home that you need a whole golf cart to get around it? I mean, Pennsylvania is like one of those places where you get those big lots, huh? You can get like, yesterday we were looking at lots in Pennsylvania, remember? Yeah. Those big old like 250 acre lots for like 200 grand. How much was the vacation home, if you can let us know? We're here in California, and Nick is ready to basically head out. He's sick of California. He's sick of the taxes. He's sick of the rising rental rates. So he's trying to find his new home. Oh, and Winona says that in Ohio you just need a license plate. I think Ohio is also the place where if you have, I think it's Ohio, if you're 16 and have a driver's permit, you can drive a golf cart on the road. I think it's Ohio. How large is this Pennsylvania vacation home? Or maybe you don't have to tell us. I don't know. Maybe it's one of those like, you know, maybe you don't want to bring it up. That's okay too. But you know, private community. It's actually a gem, slow moving vehicle. Yeah, that's actually pretty sick. Private community. In this private community, do you have people who come around pushing shaved ice carts or ice cream carts? Here in the valley, and it's very common to see people pushing around ice cream carts. And we just saw, I mean, I grew up with this, you know, with the pushing around the shaved ice carts, and now they basically upgraded, and people are putting shaved ice on the golf carts now, and using the golf carts to get around the city with a little horn. And I mean, that's pretty efficient, right? That's kind of cool. So if anybody's just joining and wants to find out more about any batteries that they are that they're looking to get, now's your chance to ask the questions. And then it's also your chance to call in and get a special deal because of the YouTube Live. This is new. We just started doing this. So you could, if anytime you want to get a good deal on a battery, jump in on the YouTube Live and call, mention the YouTube Live, and they're going to be able to get you a good discount on this. 2 more. How much during the live stream? Just call in. They're going to hook you up. They're going to get, so it's the Rhinos. Since you already have them as a backup, the Rhino cart kit right now is at a really good deal. We just sold some yesterday to somebody in the chat, and they got a really good deal. So call in, and the customer support team, or the technical reps, actually are going to be able to get you approved on a special discount. Just like basically there you go. Then see, New York's got the ice cars, Nick. Pennsylvania is low taxes and very low real estate. If you're interested in the Northeast, probably last free state. There you go, Nick. Nick's from Florida, so free state is all he heard. You know what I mean? That's all he needs to know. You know?
Oh yeah, I'm out of here.
You know?
I'm gonna hop in my Ford Think and drive out of here.
And your Ford Think and get out of here? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so Pennsylvania's low taxes, low real estate. Tommy, you going to Pennsylvania or what? Or are you too much of a, you like the California lifestyle too much? Let's go to Pennsylvania. Let's go. What's like a common attraction in Pennsylvania? Like, is there lakes? There's no beach, right? There's no beach. Is that Hershey's? Where are the Great Lakes? Is Pennsylvania near the Great Lakes? So low taxes in Pennsylvania, the mushroom capital of the world. I think Nadine loves mushrooms. Modest house. We don't have shaved ice carts. I'm sure I don't make as much money as someone who owns their lithium battery on a company. So, I mean, I don't know. You know, I don't know.
Right? You're the owner of the company.
I'm not the owner of the company. No. So have shaved ice carts. Maybe this is your sign to start up your shaved ice cart small business and go around Pennsylvania. I mean, it seems like there's a lack of ice carts out there, right? Problem. Oh, Great Lakes is near Ohio. All right, I was way off. Wait, I don't even know how far Ohio is from Pennsylvania. It's like geographically, I know the states, but I can't visualize it in my mind. Home around in Ohio is very low too. In Ohio's a pretty large state too, right? Ohio's a pretty large state. You can probably do a lot of off-grid setup down in Ohio. Oh, okay, there you go. That's why in my mind they seem like they say Ohio and Pennsylvania are neighbors. So that's why it was kind of like, doesn't it feel like they're in the same kind of area? Who here is really good at geography? Nick, that you or is that?
I might know a little bit. I've done a few road trips for some shoots that I was doing, like some of the documentary stuff. We drove all over the place.
I think you guys should get a mic, and you guys could tune in on the mic.
Yeah, a little like podcast style. Yeah.
We're gonna get new mics.
More mics in here. We even put another webcam up. Like,
Oh yeah, just jump in, cut out. So, if you guys feel that this YouTube live stream could be better, let us know. We can always expand and make it better. We're just trying to do this so that people can ask questions about their batteries. We can find out what kind of things people are trying to power. It gives us ideas of how to basically offer more information on our website, on our social medias. And then if anybody needs a good deal, they can call in for the YouTube live. So if you're just joining, this is your chance, right? It's Prime Day. Today's the last day of Prime Day deals. As of what I know of, right? And so you might be looking to get some battery packs. Call in and lock in your YouTube live pricing. A lot of Amish down in, if Amish doesn't use power, huh? Oh no, they use power, but they don't use modern electricity.
they gotta power like some of their tools and stuff. You know, there's no way that they're like not using modern tools.
What do you think they have? Like a windmill, maybe, or a little like a little crank?
I'm sure they, I'm sure like off-grid stuff is probably more ideal for them, like altogether.
But I thought Amish don't use technology.
Yeah, it says that they reject modern technology, but they often use scooter rides.
Oh yeah, I think I have seen that. So maybe no walruses
No walruses.
in the Amish town.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not.
I mean, it would be off grid.
They'll send me up to the
What about like attractions in Ohio and Pennsylvania? Like where do you go to vacation? Like for us, like we got the lakes nearby, we got the beach nearby, we got the mountains. I don't really know what the terrain is like in Pennsylvania or Ohio. Ohio. I do like the thing that Ohio people do where they're like OHIO, you know what I'm talking about? That's cool. You can't do that with California.
We gotta come up with another-
You're gonna be like CALIFO.
Yeah.
So Winona says that some of them have solar. I mean, I guess a battery pack would come through. But how would we does the Amish doesn't use the internet though. How are they gonna find out about our batteries? Oh, hunting and fishing, that's Nick all day.
I'll be out there. I just booked my flight.
What's the common for hunting? What is the how would I say this? Like the common animal that you hunt?
Best game.
Oh, the
I
best
actually
game?
don't hunt. I've never hunted. I
Oh,
don't
okay.
fish.
So Nick's only half Florida, half Floridian.
I got a lot of my friends in South Florida. They'll go out and hunt. They hunt like boar and stuff. I've seen someone like I think I told you this story before, but I was at like a friend's house in the like kind of Everglades area. They like their like dad and his friends step out for a little bit. They're like, we're gonna go grab some food. I thought they were like running to the grocery store or something. They went out and shot an alligator, brought it back, butchered it up, and just ate like fried alligator that night.
That is so crazy. I just wait for the shaved ice lady to pass by. That's what I do. I'm a little hungry. Just wait for the shaved ice lady to pass by.
The
Pick
guy
up
who
4
does it
shaved
in my
ice.
neighborhood, He walks around with this like bicycle horn on his cart.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where he goes.
Exactly.
And you're like, you want something? And you guys have to run outside.
If anybody that's joining and has questions in Spanish, we can answer your questions in Spanish, by the way. So if anybody speaks Spanish, go ahead and why don't you guys interview a live caller? We haven't figured out how to bring in a live caller. We could do an interview. That's okay, but I think that if they're asking questions, it could be a little bit personal, and so maybe not broadcasting their calls is probably.
And it's
Privacy
screen
policy?
the person first.
Yeah, we
You
probably
can't
have to get
do it.
approved.
You just
Yeah,
have
we
to
got it. Yeah.
just do a couple screening questions.
Who could we live interview? Can we just cut into somebody? Like,
We can just get
does
some
anybody
screening
want? Can anybody hear me? Norman, Curas. Yeah, we can hear you. I can hear you. I mean, I can read your text. Norman, what are you trying to power anything off grid, grid tied? What are you trying to do? Utility carts, shaved ice company. What is it that you got, Norman? We're trying to figure this out. If anybody joins the live and they have a ice cart, a shaved ice cart, take a picture of it. It's got to be your cart though. You can't go on Google and take a picture of it. You can't do that. It's got to be your shaved ice cart. Take a picture of it, send it in, and I'll have Nick personally send you an Amazon gift card.
Must
Pull-
have been the one that Jerry gave me.
Yeah, there you go. Norman, what are you trying to power? Do you have any questions on battery packs? Oh, just open your back door and hunt some groundhog. Groundhog? Like Groundhog Day? What is a groundhog? Looks like a little beaver, huh? Like a little.
Yeah, kind of. But they're like smaller, little like muskrat little guys.
How big is a like?
They're like,
Okay, yeah, that's pretty big.
yeah.
We can hear you, Norman. Please ask your question, whatever it is that you want to do. This is a live chat, so you can chat in the chat box. I can't hear you, so we're not talking one-on-one. Unless you want to call in. I mean, we're talking about trying to potentially do a live interview. So if you call in, maybe we can do it with you if you have any questions. If you need to do that, yes. Okay, so some of the guys are heading out soon, Norman. So if you can call in right now, the customer support team could potentially help you out here, and they'll be able to either troubleshoot or replace your battery. I mean, your battery is warranted for 10 years. So if that's happening, go ahead and call in. Please call the number on the screen. The customer support team is going to be leaving soon. So we're going to let the live chat going on. I won't be able to troubleshoot through to you through the live. So doing it through the calling the number is going to be your best way to do it, Norman. If not, you could also leave behind a email to support at BatteryEvo, and they're going to get like a big they can basically get back to you, okay? We have the customer support team who can answer this.
Dude, I thought she was talking about you for a second. I thought you were getting roasted.
Roasting
I
me?
remember talking about the groundhogs.
Yeah, try to call in one more time. There should be guys in here. They're probably just taking calls in because of the Prime Day deals. They're calling in and they're sales refurbished? No refurbished sales. All the sales are new. The top flavors, okay. So, Vaughn is going full-fledged with the ice cart business. Full-fledged. He needs the best flavors, Chris. So, we grew up here in the valley. Shaved ice, raspados is like the, definitely very common. The vanilla one, you know what I'm talking about? The yellow one? Fire. Vanillas for sure. Bubblegum always works for the kids. Red, whatever red is. Red is cherry?
Yeah.
Sometimes, okay, what do you like more, Chris?
Blue raspberry, the blue
Yeah, the blue one.
Blue raspberry is top tier, yeah.
I still think vanilla is the best.
I agree.
With that,
if you're
yeah.
gonna get it,
The vanilla is the best.
I stand that, bro. I stand that. My cousins would get blue and then they'd be on their like blue mouth type,
According to ChatGPT,
Vanilla, yeah.
ChatGPT says the most popular ones are mango, strawberry, blue raspberry, pineapple, and coconut. Coconut, though, I think.
Coconut, no, that seems like,
Swap that out for vanilla. and
Yeah.
make it good. Yeah.
ChatGPT is a little biased. I don't know where they're getting their information from, but if vanilla's not in the top 3, I don't know.
They're just like big coconut.
Yeah, and you gotta get that, like, it's like that gallon, and it's like the really thick juice. All right, what about, do you like just the regular shaved ice, Chris, or do you like it when they put like the little strawberries and stuff on top? You know, like when they put like the
I'll do toppings.
well, how do you say lechera in English?
Condensed milk.
the
sweet
condensed milk,
condensed
the condensed milk, the sweet
Yeah.
condensed milk. Yeah.
That's fine. It goes on top.
I'm looking for more 150 amp. Winona, if you want to get another battery, call in and let them get you a deal before they leave. Because the live chat, we might have to call it in a bit. Lemonade or lime? I don't know, Chris. I'm not sure about lemonade.
Maybe the lime.
Maybe the lime.
Yeah,
Maybe.
The green one. Or
Nadine,
green
what's your
apple.
favorite shaved ice?
What about green apple?
What's your favorite raspado?
The bubble gum.
Bubblegum blue.
Yeah, the nation is divided, true. Yeah. Half and half, huh?
We can't come to a consensus here.
No.
We can't work it out. That's cool though.
Vaughn says it's good flavors.
Yeah.
If you called in and mentioned your favorite shaved ice flavor, I will make sure they get you a deal. They gotta get you a deal.
They're like, look,
Shaved ice.
you're all drinking it, you're like,
Yeah. Yeah, so I've been seeing people around my area where now they got a golf cart, and then basically the back of it, like where you would put the storage or whatever, they're basically putting like the shaved ice cooler in the back, and they're driving around the neighborhood, and then when someone tells them to stop, they basically make the shaved ice right out of the back of the golf cart. I just saw that yesterday, so I'm not sure how common it's becoming, but we can definitely retrofit it. That's what I'm saying. If you know anybody with those push cart ones, we retrofitted a production set cart with our batteries, and we could put motors on it. And I think it'd be a fun project to film, and we could showcase more ways to power up
Blue 40.
things, right? So that's the goal here is like, Winona, call in 12 volts. We got an owl. We got the owl 12 volts right now. Call in so you can get your, you need to go to Mexico to get the good Spanish ice. You think the Mexican ice is different from the American ice?
Well,
It's filtered differently, that's for sure.
I think straight up the ones in Mex have like more natural minerals.
It's probably more like natural flavors, huh? Not
The
like,
ones here, like, they'll
it's
get
like
them
blue.
from local filter. It's all like it's all clear and just pretty much like
yeah.
you know. It might be a difference between the filtered water and like water that gives you minerals.
Yeah, I
Might
don't
be
know.
okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know a little bit about water. I use it every day.
Yeah, Owl 105 is going to be the best. Is going to be the best 12 volt battery we got right now. Winona, call in because the team's about to leave soon. At least call in and lock in the YouTube live pricing. So the G2 has lithium phosphate batteries, or is it? It's NMC, no? Where's your dart? Let me check. So it's NMC, Jeff, I believe, for the chemistry. So let me see if I can double verify real quick. We'll try to double verify for you. Lithium phosphate. No. It's NMC, right? Nickel, whatever it is. I think that the Arctics have lithium phosphate.
Lithium iron phosphate.
Yeah, right?
Lithium iron phosphate. Yep.
So it is, correct?
We're using our custom block.
But the Arctics have lithium phosphate.
Arctic, I don't think.
So the Arctics have lithium phosphate. These are NMC.
Crazy, huh?
Now, so now when people look at that, like LFP or lithium phosphate is like the one that gets marketed the most on the internet. It's the one you mostly see. But NMC is just as common. They usually use it a lot in EV cars. It does well with the heat and cold temperatures, just like the lithium phosphate ones do. But it's just the chemistry that puts it together to basically make whatever lithium packs are inside. So NMC is just as common, and I think again the Arctics do have lithium phosphate. The G2s have NMC chemistry. It's just a different way to create the battery pack cells. But again, it's just lithium phosphate is marketed more heavily, so that's why most people always ask about that. The live chat might not stay on for too much longer, so if you're just joining and we're looking to get a deal, try to call in right now before everybody leaves. And based on that, they're going to be able to give you a deal, right? If you still have any questions, go ahead and ask your questions. Otherwise, we're just gonna keep talking about shaved ice. I think that's the hot topic today. Yesterday was off grid. Today's shaved ice. What's it gonna be tomorrow? If you're not ready to just buy just now, I mean, we're probably gonna go live tomorrow again for a little while too. You could probably jump on there, and then try to still get the deal, right? But the goal here is to talk about the batteries, showcase them to you. If anybody has any question, if you're just joining now, this is the live that allows you to ask questions about the batteries and get deals if you call in. Otherwise, we just basically play the Walrus album, and we could just listen to that.
These people are sending us hearts.
Started fast shipping to your crib as prices on the market. Wheels on your carpet, power your apartment. Energy is money and it's time to harvest. Yeah, you know it. Turn your panels into cash. Every angle's looking back. Power outage, don't sweat it, cause your walrus got your back. It's a fact. All the system slap. Batteries badass. Get a walrus and you'll never go back. From the suburbs to the farms, we keep you powered. Sustainable living in every single hour. Renewable energy, that's our mission. Join the revolution, make a green decision. With walls by your side, you're never alone. Eco-friendly power in every zone. Save the planet, save some cash. Switch to BatteryEvo, it's built to last. No more worries, no more fears. Walrus is the hero, bringing cheers. Reliable, efficient, always there. Power in your life, showing we care. BatteryEvo, power up your life.
If anybody's just joining now, go ahead and ask questions in the chat about any battery pack or power solution that you're trying to get. If you've been seeing our batteries and been interested in one, if you call in right now during the live chat, the technical reps on standby are going to be able to get an extra discount approved for you that's not available online. It's only available during the YouTube live chat. The YouTube live chat will probably be the live chat will probably close out soon because the reps have to go home at some point. But if you're calling in or you're just joining now, feel free to ask your questions or call the number on the screen so you can lock in YouTube live pricing. Try e-bike ice. Trike e-bike ice. Do you guys ever use those e-bikes? They're pretty sick. They go pretty fast. You haven't used one, Chris?
I haven't used them.
They go fast.
Yeah, but they're cost for everything out pretty much.
Those little ones get you maybe like but like the big ones, like the ones that are 3-4 grand, dude, you can get like 45 miles
Dude,
an
I'm
hour
so
on this.
close to here, I want to get something like that. Either
Dude,
like a
you
bike
or like a
scooter or
scooter.
something,
Yeah. The
Like,
scooters are fast.
Like, maybe like 2 miles down the road tops.
Yeah, e-bike is the way to go. And then you can charge it here.
That'd be
So you don't have to charge it at home,
That'd be nice.
you know?
Plug it right into this walrus right here.
Yeah. Literally plug it right here. We should get somebody with an e-bike and then let's plug it into it and see how long it takes to charge it.
I was trying to get Fred to give me there was one downstairs, like a scooter downstairs. And I was asking if I could have it. He was going to give it to me, but then it used to be a Lime scooter. And it was like connected to software that's no longer, like it doesn't exist. 'Cause
Oh.
Lime doesn't do its thing anymore.
Lime isn't a thing anymore?
Or like whichever company it was.
Oh, got it.
Like the app and like software doesn't exist anymore. So it's just this working scooter, but you can't turn it on. You like literally can't use it because there's no software for it to connect to. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy. You can't just like
So they eternally
I
break
told him, I
it.
was like, can't you
That's so
jailbreak
cool.
this thing?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I feel like we should be able to.
Wire it.
Yeah, just Hot wire the
If
e-scooter.
nothing else, you have the shell and the controls. Take out the rest of it, put in.
Put a microchip that we can just pop out. Like
Yeah,
it's trying to
and
connect
just
it
keep
to the
going.
back.
I mean, it's just a motor.
No, it should. I mean, it functions. It like
Right.
technically works. It's just locked behind some like.
So if anyone's just joining, we have the Walrus right here charging on a 72 volt charger, 110 volts. But if you're wondering how this unit works or any of our batteries, you can ask the question in the chat and we could try to answer it for you. We have a couple of reps still here on standby to be able to answer your be able to get you a discount and answer you any technical questions. So if you call the number on the screen and mention the live chat, they're gonna basically get you a better deal than what's currently available. E-bike trike. I saw the battery for my e-bike trike. We used to work, I don't think you saw the battery for my, I don't think I saw it. I don't think I know what this is about.
They send us a picture or something.
Is there a picture that you sent in? Are you, did you retrofit your own e-bike? Oh, it's an e-bike tricycle. So make sure you call in if you're gonna want some batteries so you can get a special deal that's gonna not be available after this live chat. This is a good way to ask questions. I could show you the battery pack. Nobody's asked me to show them the battery pack yet, but it's right here. The battery pack is right here, right? But if you want to ask about any other types of batteries we have here, go ahead and do so. I can answer any questions you might have. Whatever questions I can answer you, we got the technical reps on standby to answer your questions and give you a good deal if you're ready to buy today. That's going to be the key. Let's go back to this track here.
Let me tell you about a system called the Walrus. It's a wonderful machine that benefits all of us. Inverter on the top, battery on bottom. Power your whole home, appliances, all of them. Off-grid living, it feels so good. Going green for our planet just like you should. With all that you said, it's more money in your pocket. Buy a Walrus and your family is stocked up. We got the Arctic, plug it in and start it. Fast shipping to your crib, it's prices on the market. Wheels on your carpet, power your apartment. Energy is money and it's time to harvest. Yeah, you know it, turn your panels into cash. Every angle's looking bad. Power outage, don't sweat it, cause your Walrus got your back. It's a fact, all the system flat, batteries badass. Get a Walrus and you'll never go back. From the suburbs to the farms, we keep you powered. Sustainable living in every single hour. Renewable energy, that's our mission. Join the revolution, make a green decision. With Walrus by your side, you're never alone. Eco-friendly power in every zone. Save the planet, save some cash. Switch to BatteryEvo, it's built to last. No more worries, no more fears. Walrus is the hero, bringing cheers. Reliable, efficient, always there. Power in your life, showing we care. BatteryEvo, power up your life. BatteryEvo, green energy, no strife. BatteryEvo, Walrus, Walrus. BatteryEvo, the future's looking bright. BatteryEvo, all in one system. BatteryEvo, let's go, let's go. BatteryEvo, Walrus, Walrus. BatteryEvo, lowest prices on the market.
So we're gonna cut the feed soon. There's maybe like 4 minutes left in here. If anybody wants to jump in and get a good deal, if anybody needs a large battery pack, have them call in. If you're gonna be the last caller of the day, I'll have them discount you crazy if you're willing to buy a large battery pack right now. Otherwise, we will probably do this again tomorrow for a little while. How low percent can I go without having issues? So Kyle Crawford says, with my Badger batteries for my golf cart, how low percent can I go without having issues? Sardar, Kyle is asking, with my Badger batteries for my golf cart, how low percent can I go without having an issue? So the good thing is that the batteries are deep cycle. So, right, you can technically get them down to 0, but what do you want? Basically like 20% before you charge again? How would you gauge this for Kyle? Because the voltmeter should basically tell you where you're at, right?
Yes.
So the little voltmeter should tell you where you're at.
I would say before 10%.
Yeah, 20% is the recommend. They're saying in the chat 20% is the recommended lowest before you hit a charge again. It's going to create the most efficient system, so you don't really want them to go down to 0. Again, it can handle it because they are deep cycle batteries, but to create efficiency, and this is the same thing with EV cars and any of these types of battery packs, is like 20 to 80. 20 to 80 is usually like the where you want to be at. Where you want to be at. It tells me voltage and percent. The voltmeter has voltage and percent, or is just I thought it just had volts.
This percentage. Oh, some of the new ones.
Oh, you probably have one of the newer ones. So yeah, I guess 20% is going to be recommended, Kyle, just to keep the batteries as efficient as possible and continue the longevity in those. Remember, they have deep cycles, so when you're running them down to 20, you're basically not using up the whole deep cycle. So essentially, you're letting your batteries last longer versus trying to get them down to 0 and then charging them back to 100. You're going to be basically using up more deep cycles more often. Yeah, so I think you have the new ones, Kyle. You probably have the new voltmeters. The old ones I remember have, I think, only the voltage, but they should have a percentage on them now. So, can you connect the King Kong? All right, cool. So William's asking, can you connect the King Kong with the Atlantic? Yes, you can. You can. So you can use the King Kong as a 30 kilowatt hour extension battery pack. You could also use any of the other 48 volt batteries we have with the Atlantic as a battery backup for extension. But the Kong is probably going to be your best bet just because it's, you're just matching that. Is the Kong technically the extension pack for the Atlantic, or does the Atlantic have its own extension packs?
The Kong is official.
Yeah, the Kong is going to be the extension pack for the Atlantic. So double up to get 30 kilowatt hour. If you want to create a more efficient system, William, get 2 Atlantics so you have 2 full inverters. William, what are you trying to power? What's your backup power? It looks like people are just starting to jump in with some more chats right now, so I'll let the stream go on a little longer. William, if you're looking to get one of these, I suggest you call in right now while I still have some reps available so you can lock in your YouTube live pricing. You jumped in right around the end of this, so you're going to be able to get special pricing on this, especially because you're trying to group a Kong with an Atlantic. That's a really large battery backup size. I did say if anybody needed 60 kilowatt hour or more, I was going to hook them up. So that seems like that could be you, William. So you're right in that target. So call in, call the number on the screen, tell them, hey, I'm watching the YouTube live. Brian said that because I want 60 kilowatt hour, you're going to hook me up big time. Big time, okay? And I'll make them approve it. I have Nick here, my creative director. If you buy this right now, I will personally have money removed from his paycheck to send you an Amazon gift card if you get this extension pack. And send in a review with some pictures. And they'll send you an Amazon gift card for doing the Kong extension with Atlantic.
The creative director thing is a double-edged sword. It sounds good. It's a great title. But the roasting is not going to stop.
All right. So William, I said this earlier in the chat. If anybody needed 60 kilowatt hour battery capacity or more, to call in, and I was going to give them the best possible deal available. So call in. Call the number on the screen. I don't even know how many people are still over there. Call in before they leave, because they're going to leave, and I'm not sure if we're going to be able to. Yeah. Call in and tell them, hey, I'm William. I'm asking about the 60 kilowatt hour battery plus extension. All-in-one plus extension pack. And I said this earlier in the chat that's going to be the person with the greatest deal today. Okay? So call in, William. Even if you're not ready to buy just this second, just call in to lock in the YouTube live pricing, because I can only get you the quote while the YouTube live is going. My system is set up this way. So even if you call back in tomorrow and it's not the live and you want that deal, I won't be able to hook you up. Now, Everything is on sale for Prime Day for the rest of the day today. So take advantage of that. And but William, what are you trying to power? What are you trying to power that makes you need 60 kilowatt hour worth of battery capacity? Let us know, William. We're trying to hook you up. Somebody actually came in and needed 60 kilowatt hour. That's crazy.
Like on the dot.
Like, yeah, like right before we ended. So I'll let the William, I'll let this live stream go on for a few more minutes if you're trying to call, because I see people jumping in here. If anybody has any questions, maybe you're just getting home and you're like, hey, I'm trying to get a good deal on these, call in and lock in YouTube live pricing. I could have the technical reps stay a few more minutes to try to take in your calls. But otherwise, the live stream will have to cut out in a few minutes. These things are only supposed to really go on for about 2 hours. But it is Prime Day, and we were talking a lot about shaved ice today, so that kind of let the live stream go on a little longer. But William, what are you trying to power? Please call in and let us know what you're trying to power. Let's show. I would like other people to know what you're looking to power and why you need 60 kilowatt hour, and maybe that gives them a good idea as to why they might need that much battery capacity. Just let me know. Let me know. I'll let the live stream go on for a little bit longer so that we could see if anybody's trying to get some battery deals right now.
So is it right when we're about to
Yeah.
start going?
Yeah.
Let me tell you about a system called the Walrus. It's a wonderful machine that benefits all of us. Inverter on the top, battery on bottom. Power your whole home, appliances, all of them. Off-grid living, it feels so good. Going green for our planet just like you should. With summer you said it's more money.
Crypto mining.
Buy a Walrus and your family is stocked up.
One of those, when we get like,
We got the Arctic, plug it in and start it. Fast shipping to your crib, it's prices on the
Yeah, we never got that going. So we were trying, so crypto mining, I mean, that's just a good keyword just to drop in like that. We were actually setting up was it Litecoin? We had a Litecoin mining machine in here, and we were trying to see if we could plug it into the Walrus and basically run the mining machine off of the Walrus. And basically, if we can we have solar panels here, so we're gonna hook up some solar panels off grid and basically try to mine Litecoin for free. The machine we had here, we just happen to have one. I don't know how, but we happen to have one. But it's kind of old, so I don't think they. Sardar, did you guys ever find all those cables for the Litecoin machine? No, I think we're missing cables to set it all up. But man, we got to get that video going. We're trying to figure out if we can make a video.
on TikTok, we could just like literally set up a live that's just watch this mine.
Yeah.
going all
Yeah, so imagine you basically get a Walrus, you plug in your Bitcoin machine to it, you plug in some off-grid solar panels to it, and it's free money. It's free money, right? So we were trying to figure it out in here. We couldn't find all the cable connections, and then the Litecoin machine that we had was kind of old. It was an older one, so we knew that it was going to take kind of a long time. So Sardar, we gotta kick that back up again. Let's find a new Bitcoin mining machine, newer, and let's set that up. Let's show people that you can use a Walrus to make free money. That'd be a great video. No? Maybe we'll try to set up the Litecoin machine again just for the sake of a video. I think we should try to set it up. It's sitting over there on Fred's desk, actually. I just don't know. I've never set up one of those crypto mining machines, but think about it. Free money. Free Bitcoin. What's the Bitcoin price at right now?
It's a lot.
I think that we're going to have to close out this live soon. So if you still want a couple of minutes to try to call the number in, I'm going to leave it on for a little bit more while we try to figure out what the price of Bitcoin is now. It might be worth it.
Bitcoin price right now, one is 67,000.
67,000 for a Bitcoin right now. We just gotta set up a Bitcoin mining machine. It might take a little while to get a coin mined. But I mean, if we're running it on free solar, there's no cost to have it running.
Yeah, I mean, 67K, right?
How long do you think it'll take to make one? Probably take a little while. It'll take a long time, I think. I think it also depends on the computing power you have.
No, this can't be right. It says theoretically it takes 10 minutes to mine one Bitcoin.
Theoretically,
Theoretically.
that sounds like it's not gonna happen. I think you need like very high end.
Using an ASIC miner, it would take around 1,200 days to mine one Bitcoin through a miner.
1,200 days,
So
1,000 days.
That's like 4 years. A little less. That's like 3.5 years or so.
Yeah, you need a lot of computing power.
Divide by, yeah, we would need a lot. But divide that by, divide 67,000 by like 3 years-ish. It's still like 20K a year just to have it sitting on your walrus.
Yeah, and then if you're not running grid tied, you're not paying any money.
Yeah.
So maybe it might be worth it, even if it does take 1,200 days.
Like part-time job.
Yeah.
But just, it's just your walrus doing it for you.
All right, so William wants to do house AC. What is the size of the? What is the size of that AC, William? So we're gonna have to allocate the proper power usage for your AC. If it's too large of a unit in terms of tons, we're gonna have to try to find a more proper solution, because usually our walruses are recommended for a 2.5 ton AC. Some people are running a 3 to 3.5 using a soft starter, but we're only allowed to recommend up to a 2.5 because that's just what the specs tell us. But some DIYers out there who are a little more savvy with their HVAC using soft starters, they're able to get a little bit more battery backup. I mean, they're able to get those ACs running. When you're running a grid tied, the battery pack can handle some of the load, while the grid will handle the other part of the load. If you're going to do AC mini splits or a 2.5 ton or less, you should be pretty good to go with a Walrus Atlantic, and the battery capacity is definitely enough to run you during a backup power type of scenario. So William, if you're trying to wire up your house's AC, call in and talk to one of the technical reps so you can figure out how much power draw that AC is having, so we can spec out which walrus is going to be the best one for your needs. Yeah, that's probably what we're going to do, Winona. We're probably just going to get the cables on Amazon or something, or maybe we'll just get an updated mining machine. It's just something we had laying around, so we were trying to rig it up as quick as possible, but it turns out we're missing some stuff. But, I mean, if we're just going to get some stuff, we'll probably just get a whole new... We should just get a whole new mining machine and just try it.
I mean, Walson would be down to, like, if it makes some money, he's down.
Maybe. We got to try it. We got to try it. And we'll see, like, how long it takes a walrus to produce a Bitcoin. William, I'm going to leave this on for a few more minutes if you want to call that number. Otherwise, I do have to cut the stream out right, like, now, kind of. But I'll just let it go on for a few more minutes in case anybody wants to still call in, because people are still jumping in on the live. So ask your questions or call the number on the screen. Otherwise, the feed's going to cut out.
Let me tell you about a system called the Walrus. It's a wonderful machine that benefits all of us. Inverter on the top, battery on bottom. Power your whole home, appliances, all of them. Off-grid living, it feels so good. Going green for our planet just like you should. With summer you settings, more money in your pocket. Buy a Walrus and your family is stocked up. We got the Arctic, plug it in and start it. Fast shipping to your crib, best prices on the market. Wheels on your carpet, power your apartment. Energy is money and it's time to harvest. Yeah, you know it, turn your panels into cash. Every angle's looking right. Power outage, don't sweat it, cause your Walrus got your back. It's a fact, all the systems flat, batteries badass. Get a Walrus and you'll never go back. From the suburbs to the farms, we keep you powered. Sustainable living in every single hour. Renewable energy, that's our mission. Join the revolution, make a green decision. With walls by your side, you're never alone. Eco-friendly power in every zone. Save the planet, save some cash. Switch to BatteryEvo, it's built to last. No No more worries, no more fears. Morris is the hero bringing cheers. Reliable, efficient, always there. Power in your life, showing we care. Battery Evo, power up your life. Battery Evo, energy, no strife. Battery Evo, Walrus, Battery Evo. The future's looking bright. Battery Evo, all in one system. Battery Evo, let's go, Battery Evo.
If anybody just joined right now, we're about to cut the stream out, but if they call in and buy a battery, I'll have Tommy do a backflip live on YouTube Live. I don't even know if he can do backflips, but we'll make him do one. I think he could do it. Tommy could do it. He's young enough. Double backflip. He called it now. So double backflip?
You gotta do a backflip before you end up old and decrepit like me and Brian.
Yeah, you gotta do backflips now before you get too old. You know, backflips, you can't really do backflips after you hit like over, like what? What do you think's the cutoff age for backflips?
How old are you, Tommy?
Tommy's like 24. 25? He's getting there.
The cutoff is 26.
26 is the cutoff, Tommy. Once you hit 26, backflips are obsolete completely. So if anybody calls in now and needs a battery because he just jumped in, we have to cut the live stream out, but we still have a couple reps here. So if you call in and buy a battery, we'll have Tommy do a backflip on live just for the fact that somebody called in and bought a battery. I mean, we are offering discounts to anybody who calls in during the YouTube Live, but I just think it'd be fun to see Tommy do a backflip. It's not really necessary, but he said he could do a double backflip. So I don't know. I mean, if anybody just wants to do that, and they were already looking to get a battery, I mean, this is a chance to get a deal, learn about the battery, and then watch Tommy do a backflip. Because after Tommy turns 26, it's over. He's too old to do backflips.
Yeah, I think before we log out on this, we gotta give a special shout out to Winona.
Yeah, I think Winona needs to get the shout out
with us for, like, an
for the
hour.
day. Yeah, and they've been running the live chat actually more than anything. So Winona, thank you for running the chat for us and talking to us about different things. I mean, bringing up the random topics like this is cool because it gives us something to talk about and it gives us an idea as to, you know, again, what we want to power. The Bitcoin thing. That if anybody pulls that off, hit me up. I'll give you my what do you call it? What do you call it when you transact? The wallet. I'll give you my digital wallet, and you can send me a piece of your Bitcoin because, you know, you also got to send a piece of your Bitcoin to Winona because they started the chat on the Bitcoin machine. So if anybody does that, that'd be sick. Otherwise, this feed is going to cut out in about a minute. But call in. I think William was the last one who needed the 60 kilowatt hour. William, that's the deal of the day. So if you call in, that's going to be the special deal. Otherwise, again, this feed will cut out like right now. I think you should probably cut out the feed, Nick. I think it's about that time. So thank you, everybody, for joining. Thank you, Winona. Thank you, everybody. If you're looking to get a good deal on a battery pack, just stay tuned for whenever we send out the text message to let people know we're on the YouTube Live, and you can join it and then basically just utilize that to get a better deal on your batteries. If you want us to do the live differently, let us know and we'll do it differently, right? There's no limit to what we can do. We just gotta, you know, do it based on whatever customers want to see. So thank you again.